Hello
We did it. We're
and
live.
welcome to Failed Save.
Woo!
My name is Vince Casso, and I'm your resident paragon of restraint for this campaign. This is episode 4 of our series and is titled The Agija Hangover. This show utilizes the Dungeons & Dragons edition, 5th edition game system in my home brew setting, Boros, and is completed by a wonderful cast of adventurers. On which note, let's meet them!
Hi, my name is Sadie Ryan, and I play Dazzle. I am a Fallen Azamar warlock, and she looks different on the daily. And I use the she/her pronouns.
Hi, I'm Xander Genre. As a player, I use he/him pronouns, but tonight I'm playing Bora, who uses she/her pronouns, a furball paladin who's just trying to survive.
Hey, I'm Anthony Carboni. I am playing Chirp Burbington, an Aarakocra monk. Chirp and I are both he/him, and Chirp is just an absolute paragon of virtue, a kind and generous man, just trying to make his way honestly through a crooked world.
You can fuck right off with that.
Murray!
I'm Gina DeVivo, and tonight I'm playing Murray. He is he/him, and I am she/her. But he is a paladin tiefling who is so excited to be useful again.
And I am Kaylee Bray playing Ella Britt, the Turtle Death Cleric.
And we are very excited to have you back, Kaylee.
Yeah, welcome
Your
back.
1 week hiatus.
Sorry, I'm on a horse.
We did a lot of bad. We didn't do a lot of great things while you were gone, I'll be honest. We
Don't
did
know
make
if we
some
would have done any
mistakes.
better with you here.
I
We probably
think
would have
Ella's
made
the
some
hardest
bad
soul to
decisions
screw.
the same way.
I think we did great. I got all my stuff back.
It's true. It was
As
real
a
sweet.
reminder as well, you, our incredible community, can mercilessly screw with our players. We have a series of donation tiers allowing you to do everything from banking up rerolls, of which we have 4 remaining right now, by the way, queuing up monsters and NPCs to spawn, allowing the players to find magical items, to hilarious mullet growing and wand exploding effect, forcing them to do the office-style confessional cams, or even temporarily switching character sheets or alignments. Please do make mayhem and enjoy upping the insane antics, which will now be called out in real time, because I wasn't doing that before.
By the way, both of the horrific magic items that you just mentioned happened to me.
Oh, it's all Dazzle. It's
Both
all
of them. Oh my goodness, Ronan, starting us off strong. Thank you so much for that $25 donation. A special item for Xander as a happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank
Look
you.
at that. Special
Kaylee,
item for
Were
Xander.
you
Fun.
here for the spelling of sumptuous, or is that new to you?
Oh, we don't need to talk about
It was
that.
last
When you
week, right?
see it, too.
It was because sumptuous is thick, with like 4 C's.
But they added the C's to the front of the word. And when you
Don't lump us all into
Bad.
that,
It's
they.
bad.
We-
No,
we did that.
legal.
You know,
We did
once
that.
again, when I hear it, it doesn't sound wrong, and then when I see it typed over and over again in chat, I don't understand what everybody's problem is.
Just so very bad.
On that note,
I'm gone for a week.
yeah, we went blue pretty quick here.
Yeah, you left us with Mika.
Oh,
True.
sorry. You know,
On that note, let's recap. Our party found
We are
itself
blue.
We're in fantasy Boston.
found itself on the wrong side of a region law, arrested by the mustachioed Virian Verveer for looting and, as the party gleefully admitted, murder. Lieutenant
Only
Liar.
Dazzle said that.
Yes,
I
Dazzle
did say
confessed
that.
immediately to killing people.
delightful.
Lieutenant
I
Liar
did
escorted
that.
the party into a canopy gondola, but it was a wee bit too small for Ella, who had to travel by horse. On the gondola, Bora was besieged by a tiny green tree frog who waved her over and hopped into her cloak. After that, the party was magically put to sleep for the roughly days-long journey inland. At the docks, Dazzle decided now was a good time to get herself fucking killed and shot a firebolt at Virian, who merely admonished her thanks to his well-known mild temperament and passion for crochet.
Right, that's what he's
Several-
known for, and not
Yes.
the like weird roll of the tongue. Could you do the voice? I think Kaylee missed it.
Virian Vivir.
Oh my god.
He just purrs.
Several new Arisian soldiers met the assembled group at the dock, insisting they were relief forces for the other agents who were stationed nearby, and thus took up posts upon the ship.
They weren't.
Tied up in the lower deck, our party was put to slumber yet again. Just above, Liar and Varian began to have misgivings that perhaps these were not the tactical criminals they were looking for. Little time was left to ponder it, however, as one of the relief soldiers cut their spellcaster Ulai down right in front of Varian and Liar, who both had to narrowly, in Liar's case, dodge a killing blow or else be felled. A fight ensued, and Ulai's death awoke our party, who made short work of the agent sent below deck by Losha to kill them.
Yeah, I remember all that for sure.
Losha, who we've decided canonically looks like Kate Blanchett in Thor Ragnarok.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I can buy it.
And also is called Lotion.
Oh,
And
she's
also
gonna
is
kill you guys
exclusively
so
called
hard.
Lotion. Just saying.
Thank
Thank
geared
you.
back
As
up.
soon as I saw it in chat, and thank you for that host.
They geared back up and were swiftly set free by Liar, who drafted them into the fight upstairs. The tides turned, and Losha was heavily wounded, even though the very wounds themselves seemed to begin to heal with a sickly purple goo. She released one final attack before crushing a potion in her hand and vanishing into the wind. Arriving at port on the center island of Kesares, the party was escorted to the capital. There they found a civilization teeming with culture and life. Delving yet deeper, they found their way to the great marketplace at the base of the royal ziggurat belonging to the monarch, Ilinkos. He met with them in the base of the great structure, offering each a corn masa pasty, apparently a delicacy here.
Now, explain entirely, Vince. These are pasties that look like pasties.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, they are, yes.
They've got a good stick to them.
I'm not going to describe the manner in which they are sold nor displayed. However,
But it's hot.
but it,
It's
but
kind
it
of
ain't bad.
Served piping hot, if you know what I mean.
Dinner and a show. All right. He explained that, based on Lieutenant Liar's testimony, he did not believe they were in fact the criminals they were looking for, and perhaps they had a common enemy. He let them know that his people had received a missive from someone claiming to be a rebel leader in Chenik, calling themselves the Librarian, and saying they lived among the blue bloods of the city. If the party would make contact with this aristocratic rebel and offer a region support, he'd pay them handsomely for the trouble. 1,000 gold each, with 100 up front that Chirp haggled up to 150.
No, it was up to 2, wasn't it?
It was up to 200.
2.
Are you
God
haggling
damn
with
you
me
guys.
now?
Okay.
It was 250, if I remember
Oh,
right. I
fuck.
wrote down
3 maybe.
250.
Y'all
I
can
think it was
fuck
the
right
whole
up.
1,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
I'll
take
give you
copious
2.
notes during every session. I think it was
Yeah,
I
you
think it was
do.
half up front. I think it was half up front.
You absolute bastard. The party agreed, and a beautiful disguised dress-up scene ensued. They all adopted unique identities and visages to match, which, could you all remind us of those, everyone?
Certainly. I am Lady Lilith / Lillian / I think I said 4 different names during it. The
There might have been a
Young Widow.
Lucinda at one point.
It might have also been Lucinda. I think you're right.
It was
actually.
all of your past husbands' names.
Absolutely. The dramatic widow who is just looking for a fainting couch, truly.
And I'm Jennifer Horsington, and I've got tight riding crops and jodhpurs and boots that are thigh-high and a helmet and a sporty ponytail.
Yes, and I'm Lord Quokka, the
Yeah.
landed gentry from
That's
up
right.
north, and everybody in this party is part of my retinue.
Marie decided to wear a cargo dress because he's had a bit of an upset tummy, and pants seemed like a bad idea. So, I took a hand that you weren't there, Ella, and the tea was boring, so I put a couple of pills in after the good idea of, Chirp put some berries in there, and then unfortunately, one of those made my tummy upset.
The tea was lacking texture, I believe he
Ella,
said.
you're looking at me
Texture.
like perhaps you've misheard or misunderstood the story. I merely put berries in
Just
the
berries.
tea. The
Yeah.
pills were all Murray's idea.
For
Yeah,
once,
they,
it wasn't
uh,
Chirp's fault.
it was.
They regulated his system quite nicely. So Ella, they also brought extra costume pieces for you, so you can design an aristocratic identity of your own once we begin as well. With that, they set off. Using a magical travel implement typically designed only for 1 or 2 people, they rocketed into the sky, carriage, horse, and all, and crash-landed outside of the hamlet of Kelisari, where a very helpful Silmare fixed their wheels and set them on their way, but not before she was knighted by Bora. So we'll see if that sticks. Next up, the party squeaked by the Kuzuric TSA and made their way to the town of Agija, known for its magic, and the first town on the road north to Chenik. Just outside of the city, they spotted Ella alone on a horse. Suddenly, the tree frog burst from Bora's cloak and transformed into the fully sized Philemon Akkad, who announced, "Took you long enough. My skin's delicate mucus layer had nearly dried out."
And I kissed him.
Oh yes, and we'll have that forever. In any event, I believe Laya is taking us into the city. Oh, and I see your turtle friend just waiting for us.
I'm going to speak specifically to Lyre right now, because Lyre's here, right?
Yes, and she is still in her her spring visage right now,
Yes,
so
please,
I'm
let's
gonna have
hear
to do
it.
that voice.
Let's hear it.
I'm sorry, it's Ariana Venti is here right
That's right,
now.
Ariana Venti was her aristocrat name.
Hey, Lyre, how long do you think it's going to be until we get to wherever we're headed?
Oh, all the way to Chenik?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm not actually taking you guys to Chenik. I'm just dropping you off here in Agija, and then you guys can figure out wherever you want to go from there.
What about the mission?
Yeah, we want you
Well,
on
yeah.
the mission.
Oh no, you're doing the mission, but look, I got a job to do. Okay, I'm needed back in Yolothbin. I'm a big deal up there with the Arisian military. Okay, guys. So I gotta do my thing. But I'm leaving you in very capable hands. Yours. Okay. Everyone out. Go on. Out of the carriage.
As we're getting out of the carriage, Chirp would like to take an aside with Dazzle for a moment, if he could. Lillian, Lucinda, Lois, Lane, Lana Lang.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying that this was all your fault. This is clearly not your fault. You are still really terrible and a person of very poor judgment and high levels of danger to be around. And but I do admit that this could not be your fault, and I have been wrong to treat you like it is. I'm gonna roll for psychic damage.
What?
To yourself.
Oh, on yourself.
Chirp's gonna roll for psychic damage because the apology hurts him. He's never apologized in his life.
Fucking bring it.
That's a D100, I believe.
That's a deal.
Chirp, I've
I'm gonna
known
roll.
you for a while, and that is definitely the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
It's the nicest thing maybe I've ever said. Anyway, I gotta go.
Beautiful. Now,
No,
as you're all.
That's a 3, by the way. He takes 3 psychic damage.
I hug.
No,
okay.
don't hug.
D100.
Yep, hug. Yep, hug.
Mark it down.
How
Great.
tall
So
are you?
as
I'm 5 feet tall.
I am much taller than you.
Oh God. Oh God. This is now. We don't do this.
We do now. Congrats. Welcome.
Aw.
So
Nice
sorry, hang
giveaway.
on. How tall is Chirp?
Chirp's about 5 feet tall, which is tall for an Aarakocra.
That's adorable. I love it.
Dazzle is
Yeah,
about
that's why when he put
5'7".
on the gold armor, it went to his knees.
Oh my God, you're like up to here on Dazzle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Dazzle
That's
is
the
short
cutest
for
thing.
Azamar.
Yeah.
Azamars are like weirdly tall,
That's
but
great.
she's 5'7". She's the shortest in her family.
Oh, Bora, real quick before you go, I have something for you.
Oh.
And Laya reaches into her bag. Linkos told me to give this to you, and she hands you a magical item.
Ooh.
Yay!
Let's see what it's gonna be. Oh, do I want to give you guys this already? Okay, so yes, you receive a small compass,
Ooh.
and it's not clear immediately what it is.
Does it point to my heart?
Oh, you sweet bean.
I'll always find
Points to your
home.
truest desire.
To be
So
with
right
you.
now-
Oh.
Right now, the needle's just sort of almost aimlessly drifting. There's no obvious direction that it's pointing, but if you hold on to it for long enough, you might get an idea of what it does.
Wow, it's just like me.
However, at this point, Ella, you do see the group has pulled up and gotten out of the carriage. What do you do?
Am I still stuck to the horse?
This is not actually sticky.
Is this not, I don't remember which horse I'm on.
It's an omni-horse. It's a mix of all three of the horses.
Oh,
They've
God, it was
congealed
this
into
guy.
one horse.
Yeah, it was the omni-horse. We're not letting you forget about the omni-horse.
So you're
You are
on
the
this
omni-horse.
I
this
thought the omni-horse
Cronenberg
got
horse.
broken, though.
Well, they flipped it over and they used the bottom legs.
Yeah. Like 3 of its legs got broken, but they rolled it.
It had more legs.
Its legs in most directions. We're gonna put that sucker out to pasture in a moment.
No!
All
But when
right.
you feel
It gets to retire and relax now.
Yeah. For all the fantasy horses that had to be put down.
I hate
all right,
that.
so what do you do, Ella?
I guess I dismount from my extremely abused steed. I
It's like a
suppose.
10-foot
It's
dismount.
a lot.
It's a lot of dismounting.
You gotta honestly, you have to use the legs to climb down. Just
Try not
like-
to
You know, honestly, what I
roll to
might
see
just
if you
do is
grab
I'm
one of
just
the
gonna
broken
pull in-
ones on accident.
Oh God, no!
We're spending so
Anthony.
much time on this horse.
What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like go into my shell and just whoop, and then just like roll off just to save myself the trouble.
Great. I want to get an acrobatics check for that.
Delightful. That's definitely my specialty.
Tell us all about it. Come on now, what's up?
Ooh, yeah!
That
was
would be
the
a
laughable
natural.
one.
That would be a natural one.
Perfect. Let's roll some damage here.
That looks like a failed save.
That was absolutely offensive.
It was. That's what we do here.
Dun dun.
He said the thing.
It's
Perfect.
contractually. I do believe I have to fail most of my.
Yeah.
You thud to the ground, taking 3 points of bludgeoning damage. That's kind of a rough fall right there.
Yeah, that's like one apology's worth of damage.
Yep.
So you all see Ella just tumble and crash onto the ground.
Oh, Ella!
Aw.
But you're
Welcome
back.
back, buddy.
coming. I'll help you.
Oh,
I'll
Thank you,
help Murray
Murray.
help Ella.
I appreciate that. That did not go the way that I anticipated it would.
I maybe saw it coming.
Well, thank you
So-
for helping me then, Chirp.
So Ella, you've been on the road for a few days now. Hang on. You've been on the road for a few days now. And I'm wondering, what has that adventure been like? What have you been up to?
On your
Recount
summer
your
vacation.
recount your journey to us. What was that like?
Well, honestly, it was fairly uneventful. I got everybody like life story. You know, people just seemed to like talk to me, so that was really nice. I learned about my escorts' deepest fears and such and things like that, and we really had a good time. And so, as a thank you, I made them a beautiful picnic, and now I'm here by myself.
Like a death picnic?
It was a
Are
beautiful.
they dead? Is that why you got here?
Did you kill them? With cake?
She was
that why
trying to
you're
be
alone?
subtle. Of course
Wait.
they're dead.
She's by herself on the horse.
In any event. Oh yeah. So actually, we're gonna trade horses. I'm gonna take that one back.
No.
Wait, the omni-horse?
Yeah. So you guys can take the normal horse and the carriage all the way north if you want to, but I'm gonna have to take that monstrosity back south because I need a way to get there. And I'm sorry,
Boring.
but the abomination's gonna attract some attention, you guys.
As will we.
No.
Okay.
No, we
Right?
won't. We
Liar.
very purposely won't.
Liar slowly works her way up the horse.
That's a lot.
It grows 10 feet by the scene.
Wow.
And she sort of log rolls it away down south into the sunset.
It's a workout and transportation.
It's majestic. It's just majestic to watch that omni-horse.
Ah, yes. Well, welcome everyone to the town of
Tumnus! I forgot
Yes.
you were here.
I've been here since the beginning of the episode. Hello.
Remember, he was a frog, and now he's not a frog,
I
right?
was a frog. Yes, I spent.
How was that for you?
Not pleasant. I'll tell you, as cozy as the inner folds of Bora's cloak might be, it's
I try
much
to-
more.
Like, nuzzle into Bora's coat.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure.
Yes, there's one
I
spot
like-
beneath the armpit.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about that. I mean,
It's not
unless
that
you're
bad.
fond of that smell.
However, yes, welcome.
Nuzzling out.
Welcome, oh my god. Welcome to the town of Agija. This town is well known for its magic, and you know, now that you're all feeling a little bit more heavy in the coin purse, it might be worthy to check out some of the local shops and wares.
Shopping.
Love shops and wares.
Is someone holding on to my gold for me?
Oh, we don't know what happened to your gold. It's
Oops.
such a shame.
Don't
we tried to get your gold up front, but you weren't there, and so the king, who
Oh,
was
that's
wearing
alright.
a culturally appropriative headdress, was like, I can't give
With
give
no
gold.
feathers on it.
It doesn't have to have feathers to be bird culture, you
Bastard.
racist. So,
God damn it.
like, there was like, he was like, I can only give money for people who are actually here. It's like
Oh,
they
that's
can only seat your
understandable.
whole party. So I don't know what happened to your
yeah.
gold.
You
That's
hear
alright.
from somewhere over the horizon, mixed with a couple of frenzied neighs, a voice call out, "It's in the carriage!"
Liar! Shut up! Oh, it must be in the carriage. It must have been in the
I'll
carriage.
dig
the whole
around
time.
in the carriage.
And you do find a bag of 150 gold.
Oh, it's 50 less?
I mean 200. God, you...
No,
I
no,
swear.
no. Trust me, it's 150.
You know what? It turns out there's a lot of platinum in there. It adds up to 200 even.
Well, thank you so much. And then, did y'all have what pieces of a disguise for me, or is that part of the shopping that I need to do?
Yes, there's a bunch of stuff in the carriage. What do you want to be? Follow your heart.
Oh, I don't know. I think when I was when we were having our picnic, I was running some names by my old friends, and we came to Dame Coco Canal.
Dame Coco Canal. Dame.
Oh my god.
Right?
Take it.
I love it. That's
I have a
fantastic.
name, and it's a good name too.
What is
So
that?
what's that look like?
Yeah.
Well, I
like
think
holding up
that if we wanted to be like kind of fancy, but like understated, like rich people fancy.
Is the difference?
Everybody looks down at their clothes, and none of us look understated, except for Murray.
You are
Alright.
very
I
stately.
don't look understated. I've got gold trimmed coat on.
Oh,
It's
I'm
a-
so sorry. I had forgotten. I only knew about the moo.
It's not a muumuu, it's a cargo pant dress.
It's a very practical dress. Look at all the
is.
space for stuff.
It's
Techwear
floor length.
Techwear is very hot right now.
Floor length means fancy.
That's
You know,
true.
Murray, I think you're right. I was just hoping maybe to find something decorative, perhaps for my shell. Maybe some kind of like pearls or something, you know, to just kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. And then I think I should get some kind of like real big eyewear.
I've got a bead curtain.
That would work.
We've got to line your shell with lace.
Okay, that seems fun.
Great. So one montage later, we get Ella all worked up, and it turns out in that little bin of goodies, of magical, of costume pieces, there are two magical items. Inexplicably, in the very beginning of the episode, one of them is a wand of some variety. And on the side is inscribed the Wand of Pyrotechnics.
I'm gonna lean in
Sounds
and
like
be
the
like,
wand of consequences.
Please no.
I
Please no.
learned, I did have a wand, and I did almost kill all of you with it.
Yes, we were there for that.
Do with that what you will. I'm gonna support you if you want to use it, but I am gonna tell you that I did almost kill all of you with my wand.
Which one of us is picking this wand up?
That's you.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
All right.
Please
Like, use
don't
it if you
cinch
want
off
to.
my eyebrows. They're
You
still
also-
crunchy.
They are very crisp.
It's a good look for you, though. You're
Also
rocking it.
find a second item, a very small, delicate ceramic teapot on the side
Oh!
of it, little kettle that says the teapot of tea time.
Oh!
That's perfect. I'm a big fan of this. Does anybody want a little tea picnic before we go?
I
I'm
enjoyed tea.
Oh, sure, yes. Let's just have a picnic.
I
Right
would.
now. We're not doing anything urgent right now, are we? There's nothing.
I
Oh,
may-
there's nothing to get to.
I may need to recover from the last tea time,
Yeah.
so if we could delay that. Just a smidge. I
Wait,
would
what
appreciate.
happened to you, Murray?
Oh, you'll be proud. I took my medication.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna describe it. That's
Well-
the only way you're gonna tell it to Ella. See, what happened was Murray had a beverage, and it wasn't chewy enough. How did you describe it? You didn't like the...
It didn't have
She took her
texture.
she took her medication.
He
Whatever
took it.
medication was in her pocket, he took it.
I'm a man.
I'm sorry.
This is like the third time.
You know-
Look at me.
I'm sorry, it's the cargo dress. I apologize.
We stand a man in a
Oh,
dress.
thing.
Preparedness has no gender.
Thank you, Bora.
Yeah.
Actually, about that, I would love to know what you think of that in this moment, Murray, with a confessional came.
How I really feel in this particular moment is a little empty and a little frustrated because Chirp keeps making fun of me, and I know this is my first time being a part of a group in a long time, and I gotta tell ya, the style of clothing, my humor, he's done a couple of kind things to me, I must say, but the endless teasing, you'd think there'd be a lot of teasing where I lived, and let me tell you, at least everyone could share the load of making fun of each other, but it's really impossible to make fun of the young ones. I try to sneak in a couple of whippy, snappy remarks, but it's just not good enough, and I'll tell you what, a cargo dress is a beautiful thing. Everyone should have one.
Not everyone is frozen, but Murray sure is.
Yeah.
That
Whole
whole
thing.
That entire
No.
soliloquy was just a frozen
The
camera.
great face.
We can hear you. No, it's
Awesome.
frozen perfectly.
The best face ever.
It did accurately sum up your attitude in it, which was good. And we
And it
didn't
still
want to
does.
break your stride because you were really rocking it there, Murray.
It was like a PS1, like
Yeah.
when you talk to a character on an original PlayStation RPG.
Yeah.
Like you
Your
can
like
see the
face was there
dialogue.
and fully voice acted.
Am I still frozen?
You are.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's take a quick BRB and let's get this sorted. Everybody stick around, or I swear to God, I will tell your patrons. We're still going to be dealing with that. Murray is getting himself sorted. Murray got so enraged.
It was a
about
simple
this.
mistake. It was he thinks I'm making fun of him. I'm not making fun
No,
of him.
he was just
He'll know.
really
He'll
worked
know
up.
when I'm making fun of him.
That's very true, as someone who's been made fun of by Chirp a lot can confirm it. So Murray's going to get himself sorted for a minute here. We did have some new friends jump in. Hello and welcome if you are joining us from Idle Champions. Hi, I love you. Is that the way you greet
Hi.
people? I don't know.
Welcome
is
to
that
Failed
not?
Save, everybody.
Yay.
This is a cluster screw of a D&D show, and it's a lot of fun, so please stick around.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do have a code, !code in chat will give you your gold chest in Idle Champions. So check
And if
that
anything could be used to describe us as players and characters, it would be Idle Champions.
out. Yeah, yeah. You know,
Champions
fair.
is a champions might be,
Right.
Idle.
Yeah,
certainly.
definitely idle.
idle for sure.
Yeah, a little bit
In
idle.
the meantime, however, yes, so all of you are on the threshold of the city of Agija, and even just as you begin to enter the city, it has this sort of magical buzz to the air, a crackling of energy. There are peculiar scents and perfumes permeating the streets, and the roads are lined with shops offering any number of fascinating curiosities. In the street, as a matter of fact, let's see how many of you notice this. It's always all of you. I don't even know why I bother rolling.
I'm sorry,
I-
we're
on-
very good at things.
For passive perception checks, I always roll like a 5. So all of you notice this, but in the streets as you entered, it's becoming very clear that you are now firmly in the Khazaric Empire, as you're able to see half-elves in very modest garb, kind of about doing very menial tasks, whether it's brushing horses, cleaning the streets, tending to children, what have you. It's becoming more clear what Ilinkos was referring to when he was discussing the general lack of concern and decent treatment for half-elves in the Empire. However, you can certainly explore and examine the various shops along the street.
I got a question for Tumnus.
Yes?
What the fuck, man?
What?
Valid.
Why are you here? What is going on? Why are you a part of this? Don't think you can distract me with shopping, though I am looking at another robe already.
Well, that is a fascinating question, yes. Well, as I mentioned to you all in the prologue episode, my name is Philemon Akkad, and I am, and he sort of like
It's kind of tumness, though.
hushes. I am the last of the Khaziric Magialum. You see,
Right.
the Empire slaughtered all of us in cold blood 500 years ago, and I've sort of survived, just did my thing for a while. But now it's like, maybe I can topple them. That's sort of where I'm at right now. So I drafted you all to contribute to that effort. And Ilinkos, the mission he put you on, is perfectly in line with that. So we're all sort of in agreement right now.
So that's just kind of like a little sidestep. Like, that's not actually part of this. It's totally unrelated.
Yes.
Okay.
What it is, it's money, really.
I don't want to help you topple this oppressive empire.
Right.
But you keep showing up to make me. Once again, what the fuck?
Here's the thing.
Oh, a thing.
There is a sort of peculiarity to this matter of fate or destiny, however you want to put it. It's all a load of bullshit, mostly. What this actually is the right people doing the right things in the right places in the right order to create the effect we all want to see, which is people being happy, doing well, and freed from oppression. Now, I know that might not be your personal goal. I'm not going to thrust that upon you. I did the thing. However, for what little contribution you can make, you're obviously being very handsomely rewarded for it. So I think this is a win-win situation.
It's true. We did leave the old folks home with, like, nothing, including all of the money that I won scamming the old people in poker games.
I have a whole duffel bag under the couch in the great room there.
Yeah, I had a bunch of
that
money
was very
stashed under my
valuable.
mattress.
However, Dazzle, everything you won at that poker game were coupons for the local commissary.
Right.
So I'm not entirely sure how valuable those were outside of the home.
Well,
You'd
you've never
be
been to the local.
surprised.
Yeah, you've never been to the local commissary. It's delicious.
Try Tina's cooking, you know what I'm saying?
I've been all over this place, and I'll tell you what.
Thank
That
you.
commissary is good. They make a sloppy Joe like you wouldn't believe.
It's sloppy.
I don't believe it.
It is
Believe it.
sloppy.
How
Listen,
sloppy do you like your Joes?
As sloppy as they come.
Well,
That's the way they make them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I did live there for 300 years, so I
did you
should know.
in 300 years you didn't order the sloppy Joe? God, this
Never
guy,
occurred to me. Everyone kept telling me to try it, and I was like, I doubt it's sloppy.
Oh God, you're one of those people that once people recommend something to you, you don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah,
I don't
He's a
wanna help
hipster
him.
mage. I hate a hipster mage.
You got me. However, as long as you can do this errand for Ilinkos, as I was saying, you're going to get 1,000 freaking gold and be on your merry way. So I have a hard time seeing how you're not a fan of that idea.
So are you... This is all just coincidence then. You're not pulling any strings.
That's right.
Are you lying?
No.
I believe you.
Why would you...
Why wouldn't I?
This is all just fortunate happenstance. Really, it just happened to work out in a fortuitous way.
That seems reasonable and absolutely realistic.
Thank you, Anna.
So as long as you're here, and we all just happen to be at the same place in the same time with goals aligned, I'm sure we can expect you, like, I don't know, not to turn into a frog and not do much next time. Like, you'll follow us into the fray, right? Like, you're here to help.
Yes, I'll be accompanying you through most of this adventure of yours.
I hate it. Let's buy a robe.
Into
Retail
the
therapy.
shops.
Retail
So
therapy should help.
a few shops immediately stand out to you to begin with. There is what appears to be a magical pet shop immediately off to your left. There is what appears to be a potion or alchemist shop to your right, and then one purveying weapons, armor, trinkets, and other sort of doodads like that. They all seem fascinating and worth a visit, but which would you like to go to first?
Pet shop.
Oh wait, one of them was a pet shop?
Yeah, a magical
Oh,
pet shop.
1,000%.
I was actually like really surprised that it did get a bigger reaction for me,
Yeah.
and now I
I
know.
missed that. It's a pet shop?
Yeah, a magical
Let's
pet
go!
shop.
Okay, yeah, let's go to the pet shop.
Pet shop!
Great, so yes, you all proceed to the storefront, which is just replete with all sorts of bird cages and
Wow.
tanks and what have.
You went straight to
I
fucking
mean,
birdcage?
Oh, well, there's they're
Wow!
ferret cages. They're for ferrets, obviously. No birds here.
No birds
At first
here.
I thought you said fairy, and I was like, wow.
No. Oh, they're fur-balled cages. Oh no, wait, shit. Asimar, crap, damn it.
Are there
no,
turtles?
there's just a tank full of turtles.
God.
There's
There's
I hope there are
every.
turtles.
They sell every type of pet that is not represented in the party currently,
But I want a turtle. How?
and turtles.
I had a turtle.
So yes, walking into the shop, which has no birds out front, you do see this stout elf behind the counter who appears to be covered in just various sorts of animal refuse, feathers, fur, stains of various description.
Prestidigitation.
Oh!
I'm just gonna walk up and clean him.
Oh, I actually like those there, but that's all right. Thank you for cleaning me off.
And he grabs more feathers and just like, yeah.
You really need to ask people before you do stuff like that.
Yeah, some
I'm
of us
fine
like
without
our dirt. However, welcome to Burke's Pet Emporium. I'm Burke, and I would love to help you adopt your new forever friend. So, what are we all looking for today?
Okay, as a
I want to
party-
hear Burke talk to Tumnus.
Oh, let's not do that now.
Okay, so I think we all have to agree as a party, because obviously we can only take so many pets with us, but we have to get a pet. You don't understand, I've never been allowed to have a pet in my entire life. My dad said that it would get in the way of murder plots and general evil doing, and I really, really want a pet.
I think there's a reason you're not allowed to have a pet.
I would really, really like a very small tortoise.
That's
If that
so
is-
weird. Are
if
you gonna
that
set
is-
it free?
No.
Well,
I
so
want- I
we
want
do,
it.
we do have a one pet per party policy. So you all have to come to a sort of a collaborative consensus about this.
That's a weird way to run a business.
What kind of pets do you
I don't do
have?
very well.
What other kind of animals do you have?
Oh well, we have everything from turtles. There's various cats, ferrets, sables. No birds in this shop.
Yeah.
There's dogs, pseudo dragons, really anything you could think of. We have somewhere in this building. Some of them have escaped.
How much are the escaped ones? Are they on sale?
If you can find them, I'll probably discount them. They're in the walls.
Pseudo dragon?
Yeah, what's the
Cat?
difference between a dragon and a pseudo dragon and a drake?
Pseudo dragon is a not dragon.
Right.
It's like
Right in the name.
it's dragon-esque.
Yeah, it's
You
little.
could
and
say.
it's- right?
We don't sell actual dragons. However, just the pseudo variety.
Okay. So we should all like vote on the pet then, right? So what are our options? Let's get a top 3 going, right?
Okay,
Well-
I've thought about this long and hard, and I think I want Rodney.
Rodney the lizard with wings taped to his back.
Yeah.
Is he really just a lizard with wings taped to his back?
No.
Yeah.
He's a
He can be
pseudo
anything he
dragon.
wants to be.
Yes.
That sounds kind of nice. I like Rodney. What do you think about Rodney, Ella?
Well, if everybody else is that's what they want.
Sorry, Ella. I know you wanted a turtle.
I can tape a shell to his back too. Rodney, come here.
Yeah, have wings
Time to
sticking out of the
dress
shell.
So, Chirp walks up to Burke and
Hello.
does one of these. He's like, it's absolutely wonderful. You have a beautiful shop here. Thank you for allowing us to look around. I really appreciate that you don't stock birds. My name is Chirp Burbington. I'm a monk from the Order of the Unwavering Friendship, and
I believe you.
I'm on a religious pilgrimage here with my friends, and I understand that you have your policies and your rules, and believe me, as a pious man of the cloth myself, I respect rules and I respect policies, but could we perhaps have both a tortoise and Rodney just this once.
Very well. Who am I to deny a young turtle her dream? Very well. Rodney, come here. We're not putting the shell on you. That's right. All right. This turtle here doesn't actually have a name. What would you like to call him?
Ella?
Or her?
I'm gonna like take him.
Oh.
Is it a? Do you mind? I have to.
You can check. I'm frankly not sure.
Okay. I'm gonna just stare into
You
his
would know
eyes.
turtle anatomy.
Yeah, I checked. It's a him. And I'm just gonna stare into his eyes and see what his name is.
He just stares soulfully into your eyes.
Y'all, his name is Cornbread.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
He does kind of look like
Cornbread.
a cornbread.
It is.
Would you Would you like to meet Cornbread, the very small tortoise?
Absolutely. Hello, Cornbread, the very small tortoise.
Hello.
A pleasure to have you on our journey.
I'm putting that entire thing down as his name, by the way. Cornbread, the very small tortoise. There you are. Now,
How much do we owe you, Burke?
well, I have just a few questions. It's a little
Sure.
adoption questionnaire we have to fill out.
I got this. I got this,
so-
everybody.
Okay. Oh dear. All right. So
great.
for
I'm
for
great.
Rodney, because I know for Cornbread, but for Rodney, who will be the primary caregiver?
Bora.
Uh-oh. Yeah, but
Bora's
that's
a professional caregiver, so she's entirely qualified to do this. Also, she's nicer than us and kills less people.
Wonderful. And where will the creature sleep?
In my arms.
He puts an X on the form.
We're traveling right now, but we'll put a cushion in the carriage for.
So no permanent habitation. Oh, okay.
Oh,
very
we do
well.
have no. Once we get, pardon me. Once we get back to the monastery, I will prepare a suitable habitat for Rodney.
Oh, I could buy that. Could you provide any character references?
Oh, yes, I will be a character reference for Bora.
Oh,
Oh, are each of you just going to do it for each other?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the bit we were about to do. Thank you for saving time.
Well, I must admit, technically I have to allow that. Well,
technically.
you are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Yes.
Very well. Do any of you have any criminal record?
Nope, they can't pin
Oh,
anything
no.
on us.
That would imply getting caught.
I got promoted.
Uh-huh.
Boy, I did get
Wonderfully
promoted.
suspicious answer, half of you. Wonderful. Yes, so I suppose that's all. It will be 100 gold per pet.
Okay.
Oh, that's not so
I'll
bad.
put up 100 gold for
So-
Rodney.
Wait, so Chirp starts counting out. He's like 1, 2. What time do you close tonight, Burke?
What? I suppose about sundown, so roughly 7 p.m. I
7,
think.
8, 9, 10. And how you look really young, but I can never tell with elves. How old are you, Burke?
472.
473.
Tomorrow,
400
actually.
474, 475. That's all the money plus a birthday gift for you. Please enjoy yourself, Burke. Thank you very much.
I rolled a fucking 1.
Vince,
You
are you
bastard.
are you saying that you rolled a failed save?
I rolled a failed save!
Ah, you said the things. Everybody, we're going. We can go home now.
paid 5 gold for both of them.
Hey, Murray, we got a pet.
I'm sorry. I think I had another episode. I have missed about maybe 10 minutes of my life.
I'd like to
What
think that
happened?
Murray has just been like staring at a wall this whole time in there.
I missed it.
I'm gonna
Just
walk
you
over
see-
with
Who
Rodney.
are you?
you
Why
see
are there
Murray.
a bunch of tiny Ellas?
You see Murray break like super intense eye contact with his ferret. Just
Ah,
super intense.
Look, this is Rodney.
Hi, Rodney.
Chirp pulls another bag out. Pulls another bag
What'd
of
you all
leaves
get?
and berries out of Bora's coat, and then makes it look like he pulled it out of his bag, and goes, "Here, Murray. You look like you had another episode. Here you go. Get some protein."
Thank you. What's happening? Someone tell me something familiar. I'm scared.
Wrinkles.
You just got Sylvia
drool.
back. Remember?
Oh, I remember, sweet Sylvia, but who's this young cat? Points at ferret I was staring at.
And the ferret kind of like, oh, young. Like,
That's a ferret.
Penelope.
Penelope?
Penelope.
That was your name. One
No.
of the times.
Was it?
Yes.
I don't think so.
in any event, I'll be
Do
giving
I
you the
get
supplies.
a pet?
Yes,
We
you
all
all
get a
got
pet.
a pet.
We
Not
all got
each.
Roger together. Rodney.
Rodney.
His name is Rodney.
However, one moment, and he claps, and you see a younger half-elf boy comes from the back of the shop carrying a bag of supplies, like some food, some toys, whatever turtles play with.
Our hearts.
Oh, that's sweet. And
What are
hands
the
them.
animals?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a
I don't know what they are.
I thought it was a bit. It's a turtle, a tortoise, sorry, and a lizard that has wings taped to its back that the shopkeeper called a pseudo dragon.
Okay.
Yes. So here.
Named Rodney.
Named Rodney. Yes. And and the tortoise's name is Cornbread, the very small turtle.
Rodney is a what?
A lizard with
Rodney's
wings
the lizard.
taped
He's
to
a
its
pseudo
back.
dragon.
Definitely a pseudo dragon.
Okay, so a dragon. Do I get the ferret? I think we connected in an alternate dimension.
Oh god, are we getting a third pet?
Oh God, I
We
don't
had
know
a
if we can do
team
this
pet.
again.
I thought you said we each got one.
Oh no, we got a team pet, except for
A collective pet, you could say. You see, I have this
A timeshare animal.
one
I've had
pet
a
per party
timeshare.
policy.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a timeshare animal. I don't know why I do this. It's not good for business. In any event, here's your food and animal supplies.
Oh.
And the bag of gold you handed me feels very light, but for some reason I believe that the transaction was correct. So
I believe so as well.
I also believe it.
Happy birthday, Burke.
Thank you.
Happy
Good.
birthday. Thank
Birthday.
you for the ferret.
Birthday.
Takes ferret anyway and puts on shoulder. Walks away.
Are you trying to be at all sneaky about that?
I technically, I don't know I'm stealing. We got a thing, and then I came to, and animals were ours.
Does
He does that sometimes.
Does anybody want to attempt to cover for Murray or to assist with this theft?
Murray, what's your new friend's name?
I will.
Okay, so Chirp, what do you do to disguise this theft?
As she's walking off with the bird,
I'm a boy.
as he's walking off with the bird,
It's a ferret.
with the ferret, I'm paying a
What
lot of
train
attention.
wreck.
What a train wreck. You can tell that this is not a Murray thing. Chirp just doesn't know what's going on. As he's walking off with the ferret on his shoulder,
Yes.
Chirp leans back onto the counter,
Well.
and it's just like, Burke, let me ask you something, because I'm super curious. The one pet policy seems like, I understand it's not a great business decision, but that must mean it's a strong personal decision. Tell me where that comes from.
You want my backstory?
Yeah, what's the origin of Burke?
Well, I'll tell you. You see, in the back of my shop, we have this juicing machine.
Oh God.
Oh.
We're not gonna go into the whole thing, but roll deception for me.
Sure.
Why? What?
Yes.
What'd you roll?
That's I rolled an 11.
I rolled a
Fucking one.
yeah! This is
Nice.
not Burke's day.
Destiny. These
Failed
animals were
save.
destiny.
Roll credits. Go home, everybody.
What are the freaking odds of that? Okay, great. So Murray's got a ferret. Fantastic.
I'm gonna name him Noodle.
Just food-based pets.
It's a fuzzy noodle. Look at him.
It is.
Wiggle.
It's like a
Just
cat
wiggles
snake.
Ooh.
Adorable.
Chirp is
Have
like
you-
Chirp
have
is
you
like
met cornbread?
Hi, cornbread.
Chirp is doing like card handling things, and he's like, I knew a guy that trained ferrets to crawl up and into people's rooms and steal stuff. Do you remember that, Dazzle? What was that guy's name?
It was Frankie. The Frankie the ferret guy.
Frankie the ferret guy. Listen, criminals
Oh,
not
he's
always great at
dead.
nicknames. Sometimes they're better at crime.
Yeah,
But
well,
I'll
that's
tell you what.
probably why he died.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that and he had a very enlarged heart. But
oh.
You can
Like
train a
medically?
ferret to do a lot of stuff.
It's true.
Ferrets are super useful. Not that a turtle isn't useful, Ella. I love cornbread as well.
Philemon reaches over and snatches the bag of pet supplies and looks inside, pulls out what appears to be a turtle treat and just munches on it, and digs around a bit more. Oh, hang on. I'm sorry. This is for you. And he pulls something out and hands it to Dazzle. And Dazzle received. Oh no, that's terrible. What's?
Great way to preface it. Thank you, Vince.
I'm skipping that one. You're not getting that. That would be too mean. After all you've been through.
Insta-death.
You do get. I'm gonna regret this to my dying day. But you get a dagger. It's a small dagger. On the hilt is inscribed the image of a crow.
Is it a murder dagger?
You want to find out?
Whoa.
I do. I'm running out of
Please
the
don't
shop
stab
with my
someone.
dagger.
Please don't stab someone.
I'm looking
Great.
around.
Why did you give her a sharp object?
As I said, I'm going to regret it.
No, I'm Chirp asking Tumnus.
Well, the dagger had a sort of a vibe, a very Dazzle vibe.
You know, there's like whole lists of things like this on the fantasy internet that are like things that shouldn't have a blank energy but do. There are just things that have a Dazzle energy that shouldn't.
No.
Yes, on the
Why
fantasy
not?
internet.
So is there something around that I can stab? Is there like a sign, like a wooden sign or
Why would you
something?
use it immediately? Why not just wait
So
until
you-
we have something to stab?
You want something non-living.
Yeah, for now.
Or soon to be
That was a
non-living.
lot of hesitation.
Sure, stab the nearest fence post.
I stab it in the nearest fence post.
Beautiful. Roll damage on a d6.
Perfect. 3.
All of a sudden, from the sky, several crows descend on the fence post and peck at it and attack it for 3 damage.
I take the dagger back and
Oh
I
my
It is,
slot
in
it
fact.
into my hip belt.
It is, in fact, the murder dagger.
That post just
What a
that
good
post just
good.
had an apology's worth of damage done to it.
However, next door to the pet shop, you also see the potion shop and the trinket and doodad shop. Which would you like to try next?
Doodads, right?
Oh.
Love a
Okay.
trinket. Love a trinket.
I'm on
Love a
board.
trinket. Great. So yes, approaching the armor, weapon, trinket, doodad shop, you see a small counter, a lot of mannequins set up with armors and sheathed weapons mounted on the walls and such. You see who appears to be a female human standing behind the counter, who appears to be negotiating the price of an item with a tall male drow who's wearing very ornate, colorful robes as you all enter. They appear to settle on a price. They finish their negotiation. The drow dips his head and passes you to exit the shop.
Before the drow exits, hey, excuse me, sir. That is such a wonderful robe. Did you get that robe here in town?
No, as a matter of fact, I brought this with me.
Oh, where are you from?
Across the sea.
How much for a robe like that? Do you have another robe with you? I'll buy that robe from you right now. That is a great robe.
As much as I appreciate the compliment, I'm afraid I'm not going to give you the robe off my back. However, there might be a vendor in town you could find a suitable replacement from, but that's the best I can do for you, I'm afraid.
Who would that vendor be?
Oh, you'd have to look around. This is Agija, right? They've got lots of all sorts of magical wares. I'm sure you
Okay.
can find some suitable clothing for you.
All right. Well, thanks. That's a great robe, man. I appreciate it.
And actually, Ella, hearing his voice and seeing him walk out, there is something very, very vaguely familiar about him, but you can't quite put your finger on it. It doesn't really ring a bell, but it's just like in the back of your mind.
Man, that guy was dressed really well, don't you think?
Yeah.
Very dapper.
Very dapper, right?
That's nice.
I am putting cornbread just on my head so that you can see everything.
That is also
around
dapper.
us.
Super dapper.
I think that this is just my new accessory.
I'm reminded of my Philosophy 101 class. It's just turtles all the way down.
Cornbread pulls out a little hat that's also a tortoise and puts it on his head.
now it's a thing!
I love it. Can I be carrying Rodney?
Sure,
Sure.
why not?
I want Rodney.
However, the woman behind the counter notices you all. Oh, hello. Please, come on in.
Bora's gonna like sidle up next to that person at the counter and be like, "So what was the last person interested in? He seemed very interesting."
Oh, yeah, I suppose so. He was buying a bag of these ball bearings that pop when you throw them down. It's like a gag gift.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty cheap, but yeah, he just wanted to know more about them, and I answered his questions. He bought his stuff and was on his way.
Well, those sound fun.
Yeah, let's get a bag of those.
Oh, okay. Made that up on the spot. Let's do it. Great. Yeah, that'll be 1 gold for the bag of the bag of bursting ball bearings.
Love that.
You
Okay.
did that.
You can shorten it to the bag of bursting balls.
What do you got that's real interesting? What are the top sellers?
Well, okay, there's 2 different questions actually. The top sellers are things that are not that interesting, and the most interesting thing doesn't sell very much because I have 1 of them.
Oh, I
what's the one?
love your whole patter. Tell me about the interesting thing.
Well, we got a couple, right? So she points to a suit of armor behind her. We call this bag here. It's a one-of-a-kind set, and it's called Guard. Is the name of the whole set. You got to wear it all at once, but yeah, this thing has gotten its owners through quite a lot of sticky situations. In fact, every owner of that set of armor guaranteed to die of old age. Not immediately, but like eventually.
Oh, okay.
I've
Wow.
already got one of those.
Do you have that in an extra small thin?
I
Sure.
have that one.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well,
it's like heavy armor. Is that what it is? Is that
Yes,
what- is
it's
that
a
I see?
heavy, full set, top to bottom.
Wow.
That's 5,000 gold.
Ah, yacha.
What? That's something that's really. What about
Hi,
something
yacha.
really
You know
cool?
that famous Marie catchforce, "Hi, Yacha."
Yacha. We're experimenting. It's season 1. You know.
Told you. Don't make fun of my.
Oh, and also we have this, and she pulls out what appears to be the hilt of a sword, and she says, when you do this, and she hits the bottom of the pommel, and like a blade of light extends
Lightsaber!
from the hilt.
How much for the lightsaber?
We call this the Annihilator.
Oh.
That one's 10,000 gold. Yeah, it looks just like that.
Wow.
In terms of less interesting but more accessible stuff, we have all of your ordinary sorts of swords, armors, traveling supplies, a lot of whatever you might need, what you might expect to find in this kind of store.
That's real general. All right.
We like to keep it general here.
It's actually the name of the store. Keep it general.
Keep it general. It's on the sign.
Well, I'll tell you
Wow.
what. We're on our way. We're on kind of a road trip. We're gonna be on the road for maybe like a week. And what would you like? We're going by carriage. We're kind of traveling. Where are we? Hey, Tumnus, which way are we going? Do you know?
Oh, yes, I'm here. We're heading north to Chenik.
We're going to Chenik. What sort of supplies should we have in the carriage to get to Chenik?
Oh, well, you're obviously a bunch of aristocrats of the Republic, as I can tell by looking
right.
at you.
Oh, yes, I forgot.
Just to remind you of that.
There was something in my throat and I forgot my accent, but it's back now.
I love horses.
I
She
believe
do-
you.
I
She
faint
does
on
love
the
horses.
nearest fixture.
Oh, wow. Just like the rich people do. Great. So, yes, if you're going to Chenik, obviously looking to party in some kind of rich people, ball of some kind.
Just
well,
us
I have
people. You can just say us people instead
you.
of rich
I'm
people.
sorry. I
Yeah.
don't know what it's like to be you. I do. Oh, she's still fainting.
It's
I
like how they
do
don't
know-
call
I
it
just sat
French
up, but I had
food.
to-
They don't call it French food in Fantasy France. They just call it food.
Right.
It's true. I had just a thing that'll really make you just the belle of the ball, you could say. How about this? And she grabs a little container of powder. It looks a bit like snuff, but she says, so this, you just take a little sprinkle of this, just on on you just like this. I'm not doing it, but this is how you do it. And I was promised by the vendor who sold this to me wholesale that it gives you an essence of fancy. And I haven't had the courage to try it myself, but this fancy powder might be just the ticket for you.
So you've never tried it, and the vendor never showed you how it works.
No, but this is one of my most reliable vendors. I trust them. I trust them to give me only the top shelf stuff.
Well, how much is it?
As fancy.
It's 50 gold.
Well, might I offer you an extraordinary trade? Bora here. I'm sorry. What is your fantasy name? Hold on, I forgot it.
Jennifer. I believe you
Jennifer
mean Lady Jennifer
Sorry.
Horsington.
Lady Jennifer Horsington here actually could knight you. Would get you
right.
a lot of respect. You know, it might allow you into the high society that you know nothing about.
Yes, so you're all aristocrats from the Republic of Traverse Bound, right?
Yes.
Yes, so I'm afraid it doesn't confer an awful lot of prestige here in the Empire. Obviously, you're wealthy, so I'm sure you can get into all the to-dos, but titles, Republic titles wouldn't do me a lot of favors up here. I do like gold, however.
What's the cheapest you'd give me that lightsaber for?
Probably 9,999 gold. I'll give you a 1 gold discount because you asked nicely.
Ooh, she's a tough one, this one. She's a tough one. I like it.
I get my gold. Actually, it's on the sign. And you look up and it says, keep it general, we get our gold.
Wow.
To the point.
Okay. Well, let's, we don't need fancy powder, being
Extremely fancy.
being
of course.
extremely fancy. Yeah.
I gotta tell
very
you,
rich.
nobody needs fancy powder. They want fancy powder.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't need it, but it would be fun. It'd be fun. Maybe we'll give it to the servants. You know what I mean? So they can play around and have some fun, feel fancy once. Let's take a bag of the
How
fancy
benevolent
powder.
of you. Very well. Great. That'll be 50 gold.
50 gold.
I have a question. Do you have kind of like a buy two get one deal
Of the fancy powder?
of items? And he just is holding like a handful of
He's
like,
retired.
beard
He loves a
baubles.
sale.
Sure. You know what? Buy the fancy powder. Throw in 5 more gold, and you can take a handful of baubles from the bargain bin there.
Yeah.
I have a question. In the fancy powder container, would there reasonably be enough for all of us to use the fancy powder once?
Oh yes, there's at least like a dozen pinches in there.
Great.
And when you say a handful, is it like my handful or Murray's handful?
Or Chirp's
Oh, you mean for the bargain bin? Let's keep that to the old man's handful.
Mine. It's
Okay.
as big as my head.
I throw in another 5 gold and I go, okay, Murray, make a good grab.
Okay. Did you
like a
say
claw machine.
handsful or handful?
Just the one hand, my lord.
It counts, and he's trying
Not
to
your
catch
rule.
him in his shirt.
Nacho rule. If they're attached, he gets them all.
That's
That's
fair.
what we say. That's what we
Yes.
say in the castle where we're
Fancy nacho rule.
I can't wait until you all figure out whatever was in that handful later,
What?
as I have to
thought-
make up each item.
Great. Some of
We'll
them
deal
I'm
with that
putting
later.
in my beard as trinkets.
Just weaving the baubles in
Yeah.
there. Beautiful.
Oh, that's very attractive. Murray, good job.
I'm helping with the fancy.
Absolutely are.
Does
Yes.
anyone want any?
Is there anything resembling a tiny like top hat or something for the tortoise?
I'm gonna.
There sure is.
For the tortoise hat or the tortoise?
Yes.
Yeah, so the tortoise's hat. The hat has to
There.
be wearing a hat like the Kentucky Derby.
I disguise myself to look back like my nursing home version of me, and I just
Oh,
go,
that's distressing.
"You look
Ah.
lovely, Murray."
Oh, thank you, Lady Catherine.
And then I go back to Dazzle.
Oh, goodbye.
So we got our little flashbangs. We've got our fancy powder. We got a handful of baubles. What's you got some snacks?
Oh, no, I don't have snacks. But as a matter of fact, I hear the potion shop next door might have some snacks.
Great.
Yes.
Hey,
The name doesn't
by
imply
the
it.
way, mark my words. I'm gonna be back here for that lightsaber.
I believe you.
Is that a threat?
Before we head out, Bora's gonna pull out the compass and sort of aside be like, "Hey, any idea what this could be pointing to?"
Oh, yes, we actually have a magical item identification service.
Oh, wow.
One moment.
Oh, I activated something.
Typically, I would charge you a gold for this, but you've bought so much stuff, you know what? It's on me. You bunch of aristocrats. All right.
I love getting free things.
Rich
She
people
looks it
always get
over.
free things. It's a systemic issue.
She looks it over and drops some font on it and like rubs it in there and listens to it and says something to it, listens, laughs, and turns back to you and says, "Yes, this is quite a little ditty you got here. This is the compass of tracking. And I'll read you its description right now. The compass must touch an object or creature, and from thenceforth will always point in the direction of that object or creature until another is chosen." So right now it's tracking me.
Oh. I'm gonna put a gold down on the counter and this jar, and I'll be like, "Hey, what kind of bee's in this jar?"
Living ones. Next, the gold.
Just regular kind?
Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, no. In fact, these are a very rare breed of bee. They are the Arisian jar bee, native to glass jars.
Huh.
Wow.
So they were probably born here.
They've never known anything else.
Wow. You're going to die in captivity with me.
Some stuff.
And he puts it in his pocket.
Can I?
Oh, yes. Please. Who wants something else identified?
Here, I have this very nice teapot, and I kind of want to know
yes.
how to use it properly, just in case, like, there's a special kind of tea it makes, just in case.
This is the teapot of tea time. And according to this, what it says in my brain, at 4 p.m. every day, this pot will brew tea, whistling loudly. There is no escaping it.
Perfect.
We get tea every day, y'all.
Are we concerned that if we were trying to like hide somewhere, that it would be screaming?
I wouldn't worry about it.
I don't think that's
How
gonna
often?
be an issue.
Yeah, how often are we hiding at exactly 4 p.m.? That seems weird.
Really hard to say.
Anything else?
Why do we keep paying for this charlatan ruse? It's a teapot, of course it makes tea. It's a compass, of course it tells you where to go. What a joke. And I just walk out. I'm gonna go outside. Thank you for the bubbles.
Farewell.
Farewell. I'll be back for my lightsaber.
Okay.
Thank you
Have
very
fun.
much.
I believe you'll spend this entire campaign hunting that one goddamn sword down.
I will.
You
You
did
made a
it.
lot of trouble for yourself.
Oh no, I made it up on the spot. This is a problem. Great, so to the potion shop?
Sure, we're hitting every stop on the way, apparently.
We gotta.
Yep. I thought
It's
this would
that
happen faster.
You're
Why?
usually wrong.
My sweet summer child.
You walk into the potion shop and it's just floor to ceiling, kind of like when you go into a whiskey bar and they've got the whiskeys just like top to bottom all up and down the walls. It's every kind of tincture, potion, mixture you could possibly think of, just decorating the entire shop. Hanging from the ceiling, it's all just chaos. There's a female dwarf behind the counter who sees you when you come in. Oh, well, hey there. Please come on in. Check everything out.
I come in and faint somewhere.
Oh, you're one of those rich people. Great.
Thank you for noticing.
Oh, wonderful. Now, I'm glad you're here because we just installed something new that I think you will love. It's
Free samples?
well, you could say that. It would be wrong, but you could say that.
Oh.
And she points to a device on the wall. This is our new potion freestyle machine, and she shows you there's a bunch of buttons all along. You can mix and match your favorite flavors and varieties to create a unique brew that's tailored just to you.
I used to do this at the Fantasy Taco Bell at their Fantasy Soda Fountain.
Me too.
It's hard to say what any one potion is gonna come out as, but it does come out, and no one has died yet.
They've got Fantasy Baja Blast.
Oh, do they have Fantasy Code Red?
No.
Oh.
It's because it took too much space to write fantasy in front of every goddamn name, so we can only do a few of them.
Yeah, I get it. At some point here, we're just going to have to assume the fantasy's implied. But that day is not today.
Not today.
So y'all can pop a gold in there to try it out and
Yes.
make yourself a custom brew. Who's doing it? Oh my god. But you, the fainting one, take a crack at it.
Oh, certainly. I take out a gold and I put it in.
Wow, you're awful fancy for having a mullet. Great.
Actually, people find the mullet to be very charismatic.
I was gonna say
in
it
the
won me
Republic
over
of Travers Bound, only the richest women have mullets.
greatly. Wow, I can
Very
only
expensive to
imagine.
keep.
What a utopia. Great. So you jam on some buttons.
Yeah, I'm jamming some buttons.
Beautiful. I'm gonna.
No,
roll
wait.
these.
What are the options? Which ones do you push?
You see everything from oh my. You see, yes, there's one button that says oh my. There's all types of like health, dexterity, all kinds of attributes, and then like cherry flavor. There's orange. You can press a button to carbonate it, and then one that just says it's tastefully censored, but it says F me up.
Ooh.
Okay, do we do or do we don't press the fuck me up one?
I mean,
Is it like the
Yes.
good fuck me up or is the bad fuck me up?
that's a great question.
Do a little bit of all of them.
I do a little bit of all of them.
Great. So a brackish, dark brew comes out into a little taster cup. Do you shoot it back?
Yeah,
looks
absolutely.
great.
Immediately.
Awesome. You
Let's
knock
go.
it back.
While making eye contact with the shopkeep.
As you're making eye contact with the shopkeep, who's just staring daggers into you, you can feel this happening, and the rest of the party sees it happen. Somehow, your mullet grows thicker and more dense and more permanent.
No, not more permanent.
Yeah,
you've
it does.
added-
It said more permanent. I don't know. It said it.
You've added 3 days to your mullet.
Yes.
Oh no.
So not happy.
3 extra days of mullets.
The mullet is beautiful.
Look, it's not. You gotta not push every single button.
Hey, so I'm obviously gonna do the machine. Like, obviously I'm gonna do the machine. But can we get, like, is it just the machine these days, or is there standard
Oh
potions
no, we have
too?
normal potions too if you want one.
Yeah, let
What
me.
about the secret menu?
Oh, can we get it
Oh.
animal style?
She said the code phrase.
Yeah!
Pulls out a secret menu from behind the counter. I don't
Now
know.
they're
what
not
the
supposed
hell
to
is on
do
it.
this. They're not supposed to do this, but they'll make a mint chocolate chip one. They'll make
Right?
you one that's s'mores. They'll do a rainbow one
My
for you.
manager would have my head for this.
But the customer's always right.
Yes, you are. So
That's
what'll
that's the official motto of rich people. That's on our coat of arms.
what'll it be?
Mint chocolate chip.
So you order the mint chocolate chip potion.
Yeah.
Awesome. Right, that'll be 1 gold.
All right, I'm gonna take a strawberry banana stealth. I'm gonna take
Stealth.
I'm gonna take an Arctic blue healing, and I don't know, dealer's choice. What's good? What do you like?
Oh, I'm a big fan of the Cesarac salve myself. Really soothes ya.
Huh? You just rub that black licorice flavor right into your wounds.
Oh yeah,
huh?
you taste it with your entire body.
Oh, that's terrible. I'll take 2.
That'll be 150 gold for all 4 of those.
Wow.
You ordered some very powerful potions.
I'll put 1 Sazerac back.
So 100 gold.
100 gold.
I'll put some gold towards it. It's mint chocolate chip.
I hope y'all are keeping track of this because I am not.
Don't
I
worry.
don't know how much money I have.
You can count on me. I'm keeping perfect track.
Ellie, you started with 200 and you put in 100 for the turtle.
Yeah, that's all I've bought so far.
Wait,
I think.
no, you didn't pay full price for the turtle. Chirp said we paid 5 for the both.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
paid
god, that's right.
Paid
God.
5 gold for those
5
pets.
gold.
I had a
So
lot
if
more
anybody
money than I
wants to
thought.
chip in for potions,
Oh yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
great.
I
Not a
turn around
problem.
with my very full mullet No.
You are looking great. You've never looked better.
Do I get a higher charisma for having a higher mullet?
I'll give you a +1 additional, so you have a +3, because I feel bad for you.
That's excellent.
You should. You absolute fuck.
Look, if I were a player, I'd be thanking my lucky stars that I had the honor of receiving a mullet.
Yeah.
Just wait.
All right. So so you got all kinds of mint chocolate chip, strawberry, banana bullshit. Fantastic.
I want to poke the machine.
Oh.
What button do you press?
Look, everyone, it has an Ayacha button.
Oh.
Gotcha.
I gotcha.
I
Do
don't
it.
care the flavor, though. Ah. That one. Boo.
Great. So you press the Ayacha button, and
Ayacha.
the machine takes a moment because the machine
I
seems
picked
to like.
Dex.
Great, Ayacha Dex. The
Right.
machine seems a bit confused because it didn't realize it had that button, and then
It's on the side.
Oh, you went like around back of the machine.
Yeah, it's probably just
Or
there for
no.
maintenance purposes.
You found the secret button.
Yeah.
However, a taster cup drops, and what appears to be like liquid gold filters
Oh.
down into it.
I
Does
put
it have
that
texture?
where somewhere. Yeah, what is it? Just gold?
It looks golden. It's hard to tell from there. It's very thick,
I'm
texture-wise.
gonna hold on to this thing.
You never know when you might need the Ayacha Dex.
Yeah, you
That's
never
what Grandpa used to
know.
say. Beautiful. So you've got your potions there, and I guess you'll be getting going.
Oh, can I do that?
Oh yes, please press a button. There's so many buttons on here. I can't keep track of them all. So I'm sure you'll find one I haven't thought of.
Honestly, I'm probably just gonna do one of these because that feels exciting to me. I'm just gonna leave it in the hands of God, and I close my eyes and I
Roll a
push the buttons.
d20.
11.
Uh-oh. The liquid that comes out is transparent like water, but has little sparkles inside of it and has more the texture of maple syrup.
Ooh,
Ooh.
it's sticky and it's sparkly. I'm not sure what to make of that at all. Should I try it?
Yeah.
It's a bit like
Do
the
it.
omni-horse, sticky and
It
sparkly.
doesn't it reminds me of the horse, so I'm gonna drink it. That's solid reasoning, I think.
You feel like there's a party inside you. And you feel at any moment you could release this party to unforeseen consequences. You may bank this party for later, or you may use this party now. The choice is yours.
I'm gonna bank this party, and I'm also gonna remind everyone that in addition to having an inner party, I also have a wand of pyrotechnics.
Oh my god!
I cannot
Oh.
wait.
Oh.
After
What have I
this
done?
week, we're gonna need it, and
Wait
I'm
till
really looking
we
forward to
get
it.
to this fancy party.
Oh, we are going to make such an entrance.
Chenik can't fucking wait to see this party.
Yeah.
To write this
Oh
down.
yes, and I'm sorry everybody. I know that the other shopkeeper promised you I'd have snacks in here. We have a hole in the wall. We talk to each other too.
Weird.
but
Go on.
I'm all out of snacks. However, the cafe.
That's not what that hole in the wall is for.
Yeah.
We don't talk about what the hole in the wall is actually for. What happens in a jihad stays in a jihad.
All right.
Dazzle, you are the goddamn worst. The jihad glory hole.
No!
Ah!
The Agija hole.
Yeah, that's what it's called
All
colloquially.
right, out of my shop, everybody.
Wait, you're about to tell us where snacks were.
Oh, yeah. Next door in
Oh.
the cafe and hookah lounge, they got a whole bunch of stuff in there for you.
Is there a hole to that one too?
No, they patched that one up a while back after the incident.
Oh,
Because of the hookah smoke?
Did the incident involve fractal lichen?
All right,
Thank
out
you.
you go.
All right.
Before we leave, I would like to kick the shopkeeper's kneecap in.
Why?
I just want to give him a swift kick in the kneecap.
Whoa!
I'd like to advise you there will be severe consequences to this action.
Just for kicking the shopkeep in the knee?
Yes.
Yes. As in, I was going to kill you with Virion last week, but I had mercy on you for firebolting him. I won't do it a second time.
Well,
Why do you want to kick the shopkeep?
Because look what he did to my hair.
You did that to yourself.
He gave
You
me no
pressed every
warning.
button.
He didn't help me.
Every button.
He could have advised.
To be fair,
Oh,
she specifically
God.
told you guys she did not know what the actual machine did. It was random. However, you may still kick the shopkeep should you desire, but there will be consequences for said action.
Boo.
Is there a possibility of noticing that maybe she looks in a kicking mood and we can avoid a confrontation?
I'd
in
say
that
it's pretty
way?
hard to miss.
Can I just put a hand on your shoulder, Dazzle, and just say, "Hey, sweetheart, you know where I'm from, that hairstyle is the best kind of hairstyle that you can have, and honestly, it looks really good on you, and I know it's affecting your self-esteem a little bit. Would you like to maybe go somewhere where we can purchase a hat?"
Fancy ladies have large hats usually.
They have amazing.
I
hats.
have a long black veil on already.
Oh, I forgot to mention all y'all, there is a magical barber in town. Y'all could visit if you're a bunch of good little adventurers. And
I just don't think we're gonna have time.
you know what? You might not. But
Yeah,
you know,
we've got a lot of things to do, and it
the
may be
options there.
It seems like it's all the way on the other side of town, and I just don't know if we're gonna make it.
They don't open yet, but I hear they open after the cafe next door closes.
What if I were to just catch a small piece of the shop on fire on my way out and they didn't notice? What if I were to
Let me ask you something,
You
Vince.
could certainly roll stealth to see if you can do that unforeseen. Yes, Chirp?
Based on what you're saying about when shops in this town open and close, is Agija some sort of fantasy language for railroad town?
Y'all are gonna get us killed. Y'all are gonna get us killed.
You had the option of going into any of these shops or not, whatever order you please. However, the adventure does continue.
Wow, that should go on a motivational poster.
Fine.
Well, let's head to. Listen, I was about to say I'm peckish, but I heard it before it came out. I'm allowed to say it, but you're not allowed to say it. Just remember
I'm
that.
not allowed to say it. I feel like it's
But
a
I
normal
feel
term.
I feel a little peckish, so maybe we should go to the cafe.
I too am a little peckish. Let's go.
You
I
can't
love
say that.
experiencing new recipes in new locations. I
Where are
like
my berries?
Oh no, buddy, we better get you a snack.
Beautiful. So, as you enter the cafe and hookah lounge, a dazzling cornucopia of powders, potions,
I'm
vapors.
sorry, what?
A
Don't do that ever again.
a dazzling cornucopia of powders, potions, and vapors accost your senses. The smell of recipes, of baked goods, of meats and cheeses assault your very nostrils. A number of
recipes.
A number of patrons sit at small tables or on couches and lounges, smoking from long pipes, conversing, relaxing. You see what appears to be the owner of the shop, a male tiefling behind the counter, who waves you over to the front till of the establishment.
How hot from 1 to 10?
It's pushing like an 8.5, 9.
Wow.
Ooh.
He's
All right.
not a bad looking tiefling.
Okay, we head to the front.
Well, hey there, everyone. You all must be new in town.
Wow.
How'd you know?
Oh, well, because clearly you're aristocrats of the Republic. And oh, there you go, right there. There it is. Yeah, I could tell just by looking at you.
Horses.
Fainting. And you're
Horses.
fond of horses.
Yep.
Well, welcome to Agija. Welcome to the Kazuric Empire. Welcome to my shop. You know, we just
He's got a
like-
nose ring, doesn't he? He sounds like he has a nose
He
ring.
does now.
Yeah.
Oh, is it the
Plays-
middle or
plays
like
the
a
bass.
double side one?
I think
where
it's a
just
double
the two-
side.
Yeah.
The two
I-
very slight hoops.
I think you're right. You know, here we
How
just
deep
like
is
to,
the How deep is the V?
It's near navel.
Wow.
Oh,
Near
In
Navel
fact,
is
that's
also
deep.
our band name.
That's the name of the shop. Yeah.
Near navel.
Yeah, you know, my dad said a weird name for a hookah lounge. I said, what? Okay. So, you're welcome to, try some snacks. I can get you guys a table, set you up. And if you want, if you want to just let loose a little bit, have, a bit of a relaxation time, I got something new for you. You might want to try.
Only if you'll spoon feed it to me.
Yeah.
Wow, that was easy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Information or literally with his hands and a spoon?
A literal spoon.
Oh!
He's already ready. He's like, no, I thought so too. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets it.
Usually information is spoon-fed to me.
What's he wearing? Roll, Vince, will you roll a d20 to see how many necklaces he's wearing?
This might get bad, guys. Okay, he's not only wearing 2 necklaces and an amulet that goes down to the bottom of the V. He's wearing like a bunch of like those leather bracelets and shit, and just
Kabbalah beads, but he's not Jewish. Yeah,
he's decked out. Yeah, but so this new stuff we got, it's a custom blend I put together myself. It's not exactly, strictly speaking, on the up and up, but it's cool. It's good stuff. No, it's great. It's a combination of bilberry bug belly, thick water, a lot of thick water in there.
How many C's are in your thick water?
Now I spared no expense.
Ooh.
We got 3 C's of thick water in this bad boy.
Oh.
And the final ingredient is sundew root powder. Really strong stuff. So,
What does it do?
What, the mixture?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it honestly, my experiences, it not only invigorates the senses, it opens the mind, and it enlightens you. It lets you achieve such a clarity of thought. It's just, you got to try it. It's really, there's nothing like it.
I went first last time, and someone else has to do it now.
Alright.
Also, I forgot to read the side effects on the bottom.
Oh.
It is not known to increase the prevalence of any specific undesirable hairstyles, and in fact, might reduce them. So it's been known to give people fewer mullets.
That's very specific.
It was not an expected side effect, but everybody with a mullet I gave this to ended up with less of a mullet afterwards. Might be coincidence. I don't know, man.
Wow, that's real convincing. Although
I'm gonna get a hookah hooked up here. Sorry, what turtle person?
Oh, hi, my name is Coco.
Hi, Coco. That's a good name.
What's your name?
Kaylin. You can call me Kaylin. Or
Of course
Kai
it
if
is.
you want.
Hi, Kai. Lady
Hi.
Lilith.
Oh, nice. Oh, your hands are really soft.
Oh, thank you.
Jennifer Horsington, what are your thoughts on kombucha?
Oh, kombucha. Oh, we got it on tap, yo.
Oh.
It's on the back there.
Oh, should we get a table? We should get a table.
Yeah, I'll bring over the good stuff. I'll get you hooked up with a
bring over
hookah.
the
Hang
good-
on.
yeah, sure.
Spoon though,
Hey,
right?
do you have that little burner that lets you make your own fantasy s'mores at the table?
I do now.
Can we get one of those?
We go. He sets you all up at the table with the whole contraption, puts little stones on the top, loads it up with his special stuff, and gets the pipes ready. Okay, so yeah, you can smoke this, or if you want, I can spoon feed it to you. That's not the normal way that we do it, but it's an option. So
Yeah, no, I'll take the spoon feeding
want
option, but
spoon?
I'm going after Murray.
okay, Murray, you want to take a puff?
I believe Murray is going to go for the spoon feeding.
And he
I
needs
like
it. He took his teeth
texture.
out.
It does have a lot of texture. I'm told it's gritty. All right, cool.
Oh, that's not
so
Gritty usually works for Murray.
yeah, it soothes the gums, So the rest of y'all just taking a hit off the hookah, or like, what are you doing?
Sure.
And
Okay.
I'd like to look at your selection of baked goods as well.
Oh yeah, hang on, I got a secret menu. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say it. All right.
Oh, secret menu!
He hands it to you, and it is just a menu of all types of muffins, cakes, cornbreads, really just all cornucopia of baked goods.
Look, cornbread! It's cornbread!
It's you.
And the tortoise is like,
The tortoise on the tortoise with the tortoise hat.
yes, the tortoise's hat does that.
I lean into Rodney and I'm like, "Are you self-aware?" I don't know if we got a real pseudo dragon.
Maybe it's asleep.
Rodney's
there it is.
very offended.
He's offended. Okay, you're offended. That's a start.
True leap to sentience is offending.
Yeah, if you're not offended, you're not alive. I learned that on the internet. the fantasy internet.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. So we're all smoking this, right? Or
Oh yeah, I thought
yeah,
we already
yeah.
were.
Spoon
We're doing
feeding.
we're doing a puff
Okay.
puff. Yeah.
I got
spoon
2
feed.
spoons ready.
Puff,
I'm gonna
puff,
spoon
chew.
feed Murray, and don't do that ever again. God.
Do what?
Sorry, I'm talking to the fainting one.
Oh.
He puts the spoon in both your mouths, and you take a gritty mouthful of the stuff. And the rest of you take a hit off the hookah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
that
so
sounds fun.
It fills your lungs or your mouth, and you feel this just wild sensation overcome you. It's just like everything is opening up, and your mind is expanding. And everybody roll a con save.
Uh-oh.
Now, I did specify that I wanted to do it after Murray.
Yes, it took time for this to set in. As far as you can tell, Murray was fine for a solid minute there.
Chirp
Okay.
rolls a 2.
I got a 5.
Oh my god.
15.
Not bad.
14.
Chirp's small and he doesn't weigh much and his bones are hollow.
No, 13.
The hollow bones didn't have anything to do with it, but it is important to remember.
17.
Okay, so Ella and Dazzle, you both are definitely fading into this substance-induced stupor of some kind, but you do have a few seconds to do one action before you do, if you want to do something as you fade away. Not into death, you're not dying, you're fine.
Yeah, I'd like to cast my Fey Presence to make everyone around. I'm gonna go in a specific direction of everyone around the table scared of us. I'd like to frighten the people around us so they don't try and attack us, just in case.
Oh, I thought you were casting Frighten on us as we were about to trip. Like,
trip?
that is so horrifying.
No, I'm trying to frighten all of the other people in the
We're
area.
also on trips at the moment.
Yeah. It's a wisdom
They all
save.
rolled a 3 on their save.
Perfect.
So
It was
as
15
as you're
DC.
passing out,
So-
everyone's like, "Oh shit!"
The way I do it is I just pull, it's real Beetlejuice style. I just like pull my jaw down and I make this like horrific stretched version of my face before
then
I put it
pass
back
out.
together. And then pass
And
out.
fate.
Should I let loose the party now or wait or?
Let loose the party.
I'll
Let
just-
loose the party!
From the DM perspective, I'll tell you, if you let loose the party now, it'll happen while you are out. So
Oh.
you can save that if you'd like to.
I'll think about unleashing the party, but I won't do it. I probably am just gonna, feeling myself kind of starting to go, I'm just gonna retreat into my shell with cornbread just to be safe and keep.
Perfect. So
cornbread
you shell it up. I can see Dazzle's fainted there. Very nice. Beautiful. So you all drift off on the couch that you're on, this beautiful plush sofa, into a wild fever dream. Now, very quickly, a barrage of visions accost you in quick succession. Colors, tastes, sounds like you've never experienced before. You see divines, devils, heavens, hells, a great marble room with a brilliant light in the center, surrounded by 18 doors. You see rolling hills in a funhouse mirror world blossoming with life, then burning with living fire, wilting with autumn tones, then frozen solid. You see tunnels cold and lit by blue fire, a great firmament of orange flame, a gladiatorial arena, the vastest of libraries, a cesspit of rotting bodies, food, and refuse, then a beach. Your toes working deep into gray sands, infinitely tall black spires visible across the horizon, then dungeons, prisoners subjected to horrifying ordeals, and then madness cackling in darkness. You see a land of perfect order, every stone precise, then a world in eternal twilight, suddenly a great hospital. Then you're hanging amongst galaxies and constellations, weaving your way between mirrors, revealing every fate in creation.
Xander, are you getting all this?
Yes, I got it. It's all written down.
Then a world of perfect love and belonging, and then nothing. It stopped.
We did it.
It's pitch black around you. Perfect darkness. What do you all do?
Oh.
Are we all together?
Each of you feels like you're alone, but you can certainly feel around if you'd like to.
So
I'd like-
Chirp
Yeah.
Chirp whistles really loudly to see if anybody answers.
Everyone hears this just like splitting whistle right next to your head.
Is it 4 o'clock?
Oh, Oh, sorry.
Me. That wasn't me. I
Sorry,
don't
no.
think it's 4 o'clock yet.
So we're all close together. Sorry, that's my
Oh.
fault.
I'm gonna cast light out of my hand. Just that is the source. As my hand lights up.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's
you cast
nice.
you cast light, and the space you're in does illuminate. What you could call floor, walls, the ceiling. There's certainly solidness there, but nothing visible. It's not made of stone. It doesn't appear to be made of anything, really. But there is, just before you, a door.
Bora's gonna pull out the compass and check it.
It is spinning like freaking crazy.
Oh, this is useless.
I just want to check.
No refunds!
What?
Well, infinite darkness and a door.
Can we see each other now that this is lit up?
Yes, you can see
Okay.
each other.
Did we die?
No.
That's a reasonable question coming from you, Murray, but no, I think we're okay.
Okay.
I think
I always thought this is what it would look like.
nothing.
Infinite blackness?
With a door? Yeah.
Did the door look like this one?
I haven't died before.
No.
Maybe we are dead. Shit.
I'm gonna check on Cornbread and Rodney because I suddenly am concerned that they are also dead.
Oh yeah,
They-
where's Noodle?
As far as you can tell, your pets are not with you.
No, my neck is no longer warm.
Is the door at the end of the universe a push or a pull?
Oh, you'd
Well-
think they'd mark it.
Right.
Where's the handle?
It is ominously unmarked.
You know, I feel like I would know something about whether or not we were dead.
Bear.
That's true.
Are
Do
we?
you want to try to consult with Fedor on that?
Oh,
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, roll a religion if you have it.
Yeah,
I would
you know,
hope so.
that's kind of my whole thing.
Look, you never know.
Oh my god, I forgot that
what?
religion is an int stat now.
It is. That's true.
That's fine. I'm a -1 in religion as a cleric. That's normal.
That's why I asked.
I forgot that I made int my dump stat.
Oops.
I mean, it's
So-
fair. It's almost useless.
When you make int your dump stat.
No, I'm a homegrown soul. I have lots of wisdom, but not a lot of book learning.
Right.
It's a 13.
Okay, well, so for a 13, I'll tell you two things.
All right.
The first is that from that initial just assault of visions that you got on your way into here, you did recognize the feeling of the hospital you saw as being a component of Fedor's domain. However, in attempting to reach out to him with your mind, you don't get any strictly speaking communication back, but a sort of a sense of acquiescence. Like, he does not seem distressed about what's happening right now, nor do you have the feeling that you're dead necessarily.
Can I take the
I think
leaf
we're
out
dead,
of my
y'all.
pocket?
Chirp goes up to the door, and
I was okay.
Why did
What were
you
you
look
gonna
so
do,
low?
Dazzle?
You don't hear a knock on the other side, but you do hear something through the door. It sounds almost like an outdoor market.
should we open the? It's either infinite darkness or the door.
I vote door.
All right, Murray, open the door, and I step back.
Okay.
As you open the door in the room, the darkness around you dissolves, breaking down surrounding you, and you find yourself in a bustling, crowded marketplace. It looks like it's somewhere in the Republic. This appears to be a real place, as far as you can tell, but there is certainly an almost dreamlike quality to it. There appears to be, just ahead of you, a crowd of people amassed around this small group. There's cheering, there's yelling, there's celebratory noise, and you see standing on top of two food crates what looks like a very young, fit, wine-colored male tiefling standing on top of these crates, waving and smiling at the crowd. He's wearing this sort of pristine, sleek armor with a loosely hanging floral shirt over it. He's waving, he's talking, he's throwing a couple finger guns, and as you're watching this happen, the young tiefling hops down off the crate and is pushing past deeper into the crowd out of your vision. What do you do?
Do you think they sell robes here?
I'd like to go up and listen to what the tiefling is saying.
I'll go with you.
Sure. Well, like I said, the tiefling and what appears to be his adventuring party is now proceeding deeper into the market. Do you care to follow them through the crowd?
Yes.
Yes, I want to follow.
Cloak up.
Great. Well, you
I don't have cornbread.
you push through the crowd, and as you do, you come out through a handful of people, and you find yourself somewhere different entirely. You're no longer in the market square, but that same tiefling is still right before you. You're in a cave, just dimly lit by torches, and there's some great, powerful fight going on.
No.
Oh my God, Murray, is this what it's like to be you all the time?
You see the young tiefling, dark navy colored hair kind of flowing about, covered in spatters of blood. Cuts and scrapes and abrasions decorate his body as he's cutting down these shadow-like horrors coming at him through the cave. You see around him the bodies of some of that same adventuring party that you saw in the marketplace strewn about the floor, only one of them still standing. And he appears to slowly be being overcome by these horrors that are now overwhelming him. What do you all do in this moment?
Murray is just staring and going, no, 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 no.
What's happening, Murray?
Chirp. Murray, are you good?
No, 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 I am dead, tell me.
No, Murray?
No.
You're not dead, Murray.
I don't want to see it anymore.
The tiefling...
Turn it off.
Do you know any of these people?
Hmm.
Do you know who these people are, Murray?
Yeah.
Who are these people?
They were my friends.
Were?
Well, Chirp.
It was a long time ago. I don't want it anymore.
The tiefling is fighting these horrors off one by one, stabbing one through, cutting one down. You see a massive divine smite go off, obliterating one of the horrors as it's shred to pieces. Finally...
Hey, what does the sword look like that tiefling's using?
Don't you dare.
It's...
I was
Well,
gonna ask.
you all would actually recognize the sword. It does look very similar to the one that Murray has referred to as Sylvia.
Murray, is that you?
A long time ago.
As soon as you say that, Bora's gonna rush over to past Murray and start fighting alongside
Yeah.
him.
Chirp runs into.
I'm shooting in an
Beautiful.
Eldritch Blast.
Awesome. There's a handful of these shadow horrors left. I'd like each of you who's choosing to make an attack roll to try and thin the crowd.
Uh-huh.
21 to hit.
Great.
Oh my god.
Ella.
There are rerolls.
Oh yeah, guys.
Oh, yeah.
We have 11 rerolls right
Oh
now.
my god, I rolled
Whoa.
another natural one. I am absolutely...
Whoa!
Please reroll.
Yeah. Does 17 to hit?
Yeah, totally.
16?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And then Dazzle?
Oh yeah, that was a 21 to hit.
Can I use
Beautiful.
another reroll?
Yeah, do it.
Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Oh my god, Kaylee, I love you.
Okay, that's a dirty 20 to hit.
Beautiful. Yes, you all strike true on your targets. The shadow horrors melt away at your blasts, at your strikes. And this, what appears to be the younger Murray, stabs the final one, and it melts away at his sword. As he does so, a scream rips through the room as his final compatriot, a young woman, is felled just behind him. You see tears welling up in the young Murray's eyes as he screams this heart-wrenching wail, and all of the torches in the room extinguish, and it's black again. What do you do?
I pull some berries from Bora's pocket and I hand them to Murray and I say, "It's okay, it was a long time ago."
Thank you, Chirp, but I don't think I'm hungry right now.
Bora, do you want some berries?
Yeah, I'm starving.
Great, so it's dark. It's mad dark. It doesn't
Mad
have a
dark.
source of light. Great, so you cast.
Yeah, I'll cast light again. It's a cantrip.
Okay. The light illuminates the space, and you realize you are somewhere different yet again. It's night out. You are outdoors.
But this time when I cast light, I'd like it to be coming out of my mouth, so I just have to go.
That's horrifying.
It comes out of
and I
my
accept
eyes
it.
and my mouth.
You get a
You have
small
an,
smirk out of Murray.
yeah. I turned to Dazzle and I'm just like, you have no emotional meter for reading a room, do you?
I thought it would make him giggle.
Murray just
He giggled.
All right.
I
It
lean into
casts-
chirp and I go, "Oh, people are a lot like babies."
That's true. That's actually fair.
And I look at Marie again and go,
The spell
Thanks
does
for
cast.
helping.
The spell does cast a glow on the environment, revealing that it's night, you're outdoors, and you are at what appears to be a funeral. The glow reveals 4 graves laying next to each other on a hill, and Murray standing alone over them, his floral shirt torn and hanging. He looks like just the events of the prior, for him, week have aged him significantly. He turns to you all. And he says, you could have saved them. You could have fixed this. I was the best you ever were, and you ruined it. And he draws his sword.
Oh,
Hey, he did his best.
Fight,
no,
fight.
I didn't.
And he charges at Murray.
Ah!
Roll initiative.
All of us?
Everybody?
All of you. Well, I guess whoever wants to fight young Murray.
"I want to re-roll on my initiative."
Chirp got a 17.
Oh,
A natural
10.
20!
Yeah!
Nice.
Dirty 20. My original roll was a 2.
10 for Ella.
A 10 for me as well.
I
That
have
makes
0
sense.
dex.
You're choked up.
I have a -1, and this is a pretty traumatic moment for me,
Alright.
Yes,
so I
this is-
think I'm going last.
Sure.
I can never apologize to Murray enough for what I'm going to do to you in this session. So sorry.
I fucking bring it! I've already teared up like 3 times. I love this shit.
And then Chirp. What were you?
17.
17. Beautiful. Great. So, Bora, it's you.
So Bora's going to take a moment to think about what's happening and knows Murray and the stories that he's told. And we just sort of went through this vision. She's going to cast Disguise Self on herself to look like one of Murray's adventure friends that has passed.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
And that's Furbolg magic, baby!
That's amazing.
Ooh.
I will say you are on. Which one do you do? Which person do you do? Do you do the woman that died last?
Yep, the one that can fight.
Great. That would be Anya. She was a half-orc. She was
Perfect.
mighty as hell.
Hell yeah. Now I'm Anya, and we're here with you. But that takes my action, so she'll move up to stand beside young Murray. And old Murray.
So you're in the mix there.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So yes, it definitely gives young Murray pause for a moment as he sees you do this. Next up would be Dazzle.
Okay, excellent. I'm just going to point at young Murray, and I'm going to cast Toll the Dead. So that is a wisdom save.
Let's roll for young Murray wisdom save. Well, that's a 6.
Well, that does not save.
Is that a failed save?
Hey!
I should say the line, everybody.
Excellent. That's just 6 points of damage. So
Okay.
it's a loud sound of bells that everyone should be able to hear. That just inside of young Murray's mind.
You see him grab
Takes the
his
chronic
head
damage.
and contort in concentration, but he's still coming at you with the sword. Next up is Chirp.
Chirp is going to flurry of blows at young Murray.
Just getting right in there.
Getting right in there.
Did we all consider that if we kill young Murray, it might kill old Murray?
You're not a considering type.
Not much has been considered thus far.
Okay.
Does a
Then a cleric
13
has.
hit?
13 does not hit.
Okay, then I'm gonna do.
Well blown.
I'm gonna do bonus action flurry
Flurry
of
of
blows.
blows. Go ahead, please
And
roll.
that
it.
is a 21.
That does hit, surprisingly enough.
All right.
Find out if a new scar appears.
Or you
That
start
is
fading
seven.
away.
That is 7 damage.
Great.
And then I'm also gonna use a key point to attack again,
Just get in there.
and flurry of blows again. That is a 23 to hit, and it's gonna
does.
be 6 damage.
Wow. All right.
And as I spin around and like back fist young Murray a couple times, I scream out "Ayaka!"
And
Close enough.
Close enough.
young Mary goes, "That's not quite what it was." But,
That's it. I don't remember what it was.
Ayacha.
Ayacha. You know what? I can't do a ch very easily because the beak.
Beak.
oh yeah.
Fair, fair,
Oh,
fair.
we were being racist. I'm sorry. Great.
It's
So-
why is your name Chirp, sweetheart?
Got him.
Cannon.
Got him.
He introduces himself as Kirk.
As Sharp.
Captain Kirk.
Hello, here.
However, yes, you do pummel young Murray. A lot of licks in there.
Oh, wow.
But you can tell how like this is not the Murray you know. This Murray is fighting fit as all hell, and he's taking.
Ain't no negative dex on that, mother.
that's true. Yeah, and
It's
he's
like,
holding his
and
own.
yeah, and at the end I go, Murray, did you feel any of that?
Just in my heart.
Okay, we can. It's not Murray. It's not really Murray.
So I believe. Oh, it's young Murray's turn.
It is.
Great.
Oh.
So he charges. He charges right for old Murray, and is going to come down at him with a sword. DM can't use rerolls. DM can't use rerolls.
Sure can. That's for us.
Murray did not roll a 1, if you're asking. That's not my third one in a row.
You know, now that
If-
you say that, I'm asking, what did young Murray roll?
However, Murray is so distracted by the reappearance of Anya, one of his recently deceased compatriots, that he's just staring at Bora in disguise and misses with his sword. But that breaks his concentration enough that he's now refocused back on Murray and ready to fight again.
And actually, as a bonus action, Bora will take this moment while we are locked eyes to cast Compelled Duel then. So they have to make a wisdom save. On a failed save, the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine demand.
Okay, mathematically, this has to be a good frickin' roll. Okay.
Versus 12.
That was an 18.
Ah.
So, okay. That's my one decent roll of the night. Beautiful. So he thinks about it. He considers like, but he knows what his target is. Ella, it's you.
Does he? Because I cast blindness on him.
Oh my god. Great. Is that a save or just it happens?
It is a save.
What kind of save?
A Constitution save.
It's a 4. It's a goddamn 4. I don't. What am I gonna do? What do you gotta do?
What's happening?
What's the guy gotta do?
All right, so he is blinded for the next minute. At the end of each of his turns, he can make a Constitution saving throw to try and break it.
Great. So he stumbles back and clutches his eyes, and still is just trying to swing wildly for Murray, just spiteful and vengeful about what happened. Well, and this comes down now to, in the most narratively perfect way I can possibly imagine, Murray has the final turn.
Murray is not afraid of Sylvia swinging at him. Murray just sort of starts walking forward with his arms up in order to catch the sword if anything happens, because he knows what this young man is going through, and this is just a temper tantrum of pain. So he's just walking forward going, "It's okay to forgive yourself. We can forgive ourselves. It's okay." And I want to try to like grapple his arm into like a sort of forced hug kind of thing.
Perfect. Yeah, roll me a athletics check for that.
Okay.
An emotions check.
Roll me a feels check, everybody.
Ooh, I'm gonna reroll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reroll.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna reroll. Holy shit.
Okay.
Double
Wow.
one. Double ones. Yeah.
You have a lot of them, so it's all good.
Great. Okay, that's way better. 17.
Well, call it the blindness, call it a lot of things that have just happened to him, but young Murray rolled a 2 to contest that grapple check, because I can't roll above a 10 tonight.
Great.
So yes. What do you say as you pull him into this grapple?
I just sort of I want to whisper this part since the
Mhm.
rest has sort of been very public and now he's getting a little self-conscious about how much is being exposed.
Sure.
And he's just sort of saying it's gonna be a while, but eventually you're gonna feel okay. You'll find new friends.
I can't imagine how I'm ever going to feel okay again.
There are pills in
You-
the pockets.
Eventually you're gonna meet a nice young gnome named Boulder, and they're gonna take you on nice adventures again.
And he drops Sylvia to his side, and he grasps you, Murray, in a big embrace, tears running down your shoulder, and the whole environment melts away around you. You are somewhere different now. Somewhere equally personal, but decidedly different. It's dark again, but not in the oppressive sort of darkness you've come to be familiar to during this insane frickin' trip. It's lit by candlelight. You're somewhere underground, you could call it an altar of some kind, a catacomb almost. And Dazzle, you are the first to realize where you are. You are laying on your back on some sort of stone slab. Around you, hooded figures, all holding candles. And the rest of the party, you all realize you are wearing hoods and standing amongst them. And Dazzle, above you, you recognize the figure of your father, standing over you with a dagger, an unnatural smile stretched across his face. And he says, "It was always going to come to this, daughter."
I'd like to reach around for my dagger.
Yeah,
Do I have
sure.
do I have my
You do
dagger
have,
on me?
you do have your murder dagger still.
I'm gonna just hold on to it. I'm just gonna grip it down so you can't see that I'm holding on to it.
Okay. He puts one hand on your shoulder. Yes, Bora?
If we're looking around, is it only us, the party members, that are like in the robes, or are there other people?
It's you plus about half a dozen other what you can consider to be cultists.
As soon as Boris kind of understands what's going on, she's going to take the candle that's in her hands and start to light the person next to her on fire.
Beautiful.
Chirp sees it and takes note of it and is waiting for that person to notice that their robe is on fire.
Roll sleight of hand, not to see if it happens, but how smooth this goes. Because I love
I'd
that.
actually like to visibly put my hand on my dagger.
Great.
A 12?
I can buy that. Okay. I'll buy that for $1. No, that's fine. That's fine.
Buy that for $1.
Great. So a couple of things happen at once. Bora, you just and you start the robe ablaze. Gently at first, but it begins to spread. And Dazzle, your father, places a hand on your shoulder and readies the dagger. And you can tell he's about to reach down to cut you open in sacrifice.
I'd like to put a hand on his chest. And I'd like to cast an Eldritch Blast.
Great. Ordinarily, I'd say you ordinarily would roll that at disadvantage because you're within 5 feet, but you're literally touching him.
Yeah, I'm
so
trying to
it
push
kind of
it
makes
through
sense that it just happens. So you can just roll damage for that.
I'd like to use a reroll. Alright. There we go. Now it's a 21 to hit.
That will do it. Your father does not have a high AC.
Alright.
Can you imagine someone just saying that to you as like an insult?
Oh
Like,
my
your
god,
father
your
doesn't have a
dad's got
high
a
AC.
low AC.
That's 11 points of damage.
Cool. So you fired that off, and what does the beam look like as it blasts in this little radius?
So my Eldritch Blast has this pink hue to it, and it's really, really glittery. It's almost blinding from a close distance. It's hard to look at. And from this close, it would be hard to even see the pink color of it. It's mostly going to look like just straight up sparkle.
Beautiful. So it does. It blasts. You can tell there's a hole in the robe. His flesh is raw and singed. You can see part of the skin burned away, revealing bone and rib beneath.
I'd like to get up on the slab so I can be at like eye height with him.
Do you say anything or just sit up?
I'm just sitting up and staring at him.
You know, that's fine. I can get it out of you another way.
And
I cast shield on her.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah.
No.
And
Great.
Chirp jumps up and does like a split kick Van Damme style to the cultists on either side of him.
Cool. So the combination, oh my god, the combination of the fire and the Van Damme kick, you can see all the cultists are thoroughly engaged right now. They're all putting out the one guy, and the other's like, oh my god, Jean-Claude Van Damme's here! And they're flying to other corners of the room. Great. And then yes, Dazzle, you got a +2 to your AC because of Shield of Faith.
Awesome, thank you.
However, your father reaches out towards you, clenches. Yes, Ella.
Can I try and cast Hold Person before this happens, or do I not have enough time?
I'd say you can try and get that off and see what happens. The effect that he's casting might take place either way, but you can certainly cast Hold Person.
I think I would try. I would try to do
that's
that.
That's a wisdom save?
It is.
Beautiful. Does a 16 save?
It does.
Okay. Well, he is stymied momentarily. I'm sorry, that was like, you've been rolling just so painfully all night. I'm so sorry that was taken away from you. I probably should have fudged that roll just
Honestly, with the way the both of you have been rolling, I expected it to just be 2 1s.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a wash. That's all right.
My god.
I tried.
But yes, he does clench his hand, and Dazzle, you feel something being drawn out of you. You feel this bubbling inside you, and out from your mouth, you see this sickly, boiled, fetid creature come out of you. It seems to be demonic in nature, but tinged with celestial elements.
I'm just gonna start hitting his chest like a straight up child. Just
Great.
smacking him in the chest as hard as I can.
Yeah, roll a couple of well, for you it's a flat 1. So yeah, he'll take 2 or 3 damage just as you pound his wound, and the entity he drew from you enters his body, and you see him, just the veins ripple around him, and he seems to be empowered by it.
This is the end now. You've served your purpose, the only purpose you ever were born to serve. And now, it's time. Roll initiative.
Ah!
Oh God.
13.
22.
11.
Me too.
A 14.
Bora?
I'm 11, and my dex is +1.
I believe that puts you higher than...
Oh, right, it was -1 for Murray.
Great, so yeah, Chirp, you're first.
How close am I to Dad?
I'd say you're within 10 feet. You can move
Can we
up
call him
closer if you
Dazzle?
like. Dazzle.
Oh,
Yes.
My god.
Great. So I jump up towards him and attack with talons. That is going to be... Ooh, does a 16 hit?
It does, as a matter of fact.
That's going to be 8 damage. And then bonus action, unarmed strike. That is a 25 to hit, and it will be 6 damage. I'm going to use a key point to attack one more time.
Monks, man, just bringing the pain.
Flurry of blows. That's a 24 to hit, and it is another 8 damage.
Beautiful. That was a good volley right there. Yeah, you tore into his backside. The behind him part.
Hey,
It's not better, Vince.
no.
I struggled. I'm still looking for a word.
I jump up, I slash at him at the back of his skull with my talons, and then flurry of blows as I come down, and then I pop up into the chest hole, and I look at Dazzle, and I'm just like, Okay, this is fucked up. I get it. This is really fucked up. I'm sorry.
She's still just staring dead into his eyes.
All right, I'll just run out a quick ray of sickness at him.
Just a quick
Sicken him up.
I'm gonna, it's gonna be real upsetting. I rolled a 19. No, I didn't. I rolled a 24. Thank goodness.
You know what? They both hit, so it's okay.
There it is. So that's 2d8. So that is 13 points of poison damage, and then he needs to make a Constitution saving throw again.
Okay, con save coming up. Time for another one. It was a fucking 1.
Wow.
I will send you a screenshot. God.
I mean, I believe
damn. What?
So he's poisoned.
Oh man.
D&D Beyond is banned.
Roll
Slash ban
Oh,
D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah, wow. Okay, he's poisoned. Sorry, so how much damage did you take total?
So that's 13 points of damage, and now he's poisoned until the end of my next turn.
Mercy. So yeah,
Awesome.
Suffering from the poisoned condition.
Yeah, he's looking rough. He's sickened. He's ill, green, sickly, just looking really bad right now. And that is now Dazzle.
I'd like to look up and just go, fire him, please. And I'm gonna cast Necrotic Shroud.
Ooh.
That's a 15 DC to cause him to be frightened.
That's wisdom, yeah?
Yeah. Oh no,
Well-
I'm sorry. Actually, it is a charisma on that one.
Oh, I should roll again then.
Wait.
No, look, watch this. I'm gonna roll even lower this time. Yeah, I did.
Excellent. So I
great.
just like to look at him and not do any of my weird like face pulling tricks, and just look at him and I'm not afraid of you anymore. And then I'd also like as a bonus action to cast Hex.
Yeah, you see fear struck into his heart as his eyes widen, even though he's pulsing with this newfound power, and he sort of staggers back toward the line of the Van Damned cultists behind him. And then you also want to hex him, right?
Yes. All right.
And then, so pick a stat.
I'm gonna say strength.
Perfect. You have hex his strength.
Yeah, I'd like him to not be so damn strong. And then it's an extra d6 of damage.
Roll it.
That is 4 extra points of damage.
Oh boy, that's smart. So I'll tell you right now.
And that's necrotic damage.
Beautiful. Now I believe Bora and Murray were tied for 11, but Bora has a higher dex, so it is Bora right now.
Bora, as soon as Dazzle is sort of pushed back into the cultists.
It's gonna stick.
Yep. Bora saw the sort of ceremony take place, and she's gonna rush forward and grab the arm that it's sort of transferred into, and use it to cast Turn the Faithless. If it's
What does this do?
If it's Fey or Fiend, it must make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failure, it's turned.
How fun is that? You also have all learned to use effects on me that are saving throws because I fail them all.
It's the name of the show.
You failed save. You fail saves.
Failed saves.
You do some failed saves.
Everybody look right in the camera.
However, I think this is the closest I've come. I rolled a 10,
Aha, not good enough.
so he's turned.
Yep. Yeah.
So that means he. I'm sorry, I don't know the effect very well.
You just try to get as far away as possible.
So he's super fear.
Yeah.
Great.
Let me. I'll bring it up, but you keep going.
So yeah, he begins to back away from all of you and shuffle deeper into the altar.
I'll follow.
Next up is Murray.
As he's running away, I take the walking stick that I have, and I want to javelin it at him.
Yes,
Running.
javelin that zombie. Let's do it.
Yeah.
If you get a 20, you hit it too good and you go right through the hole in his chest.
It was too precise.
It was too much of a bullseye.
Nothing but net.
Roll. Oh, wow. Ha, 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 ha. 21.
That does hit.
And while this is happening, I am casting Divine Smite.
Yeah.
Oh mercy. Okay. So yeah, roll that damage.
19 damage.
Mercy. Yeah, so that javelin just strikes into him, and you see this radiant explosion where it happens, and the energy just rents his flesh from his bone in that whole part of his body. He's staggering on his feet, but somehow still barely alive, this power pulsing through him. Dazzle, how would you like to finish this?
I would like to... What does he look like right now? What's his kind of like stance? What is he doing?
Well, so he's got this big old thing in his chest here.
Yeah.
Not looking great. Most of his shoulders gone with this radiant blast. He's green with sickness and has
terrified
and is scared shitless and is pulsing with this half demonic, half celestial energy, staggering away from you backwards.
I'd like to take my dagger and try and cut the celestial being out of him.
Oh, fun! Okay, yeah. Roll me just an ordinary attack roll. How saucy is that?
Is it a spell attack or a regular attack?
Regular attack, like a dagger attack.
24.
You know what? That just might do it.
Great. So explain how you remove this celestial force from his body.
So if I can see that it's like consuming, I would assume it would have to be like up a little above the hole in his chest, or is it below the hole in his chest?
You can, focusing in on it and rolling a goddamn 24, you can see it sort of swirling around, so you can actually pin it down to a location when you want to.
Yeah, so I would like to catch it as it's like in his chest.
Great.
And I would just like to stab it in and slice across. And watch and hopefully the celestial being would like come out and to kind of put a hand out for it.
Yeah, so as you put your hand out, this very pure, very clean light just slithers out onto your hand. And from him, all that's left is this husk of darkness and of sickness and ooze. And you see very like, what is it? Last Crusade style. He just starts to like break down and wither away in front of you.
I'd like to whisper to him, I told you I would come back.
And as he's fading away, he leans into you and says,
Just wait until this is real.
And melts before your eyes. And the little ball of light lifts from your hand, brings illumination to the room, and you see the walls crumble around you. The stones fall. The whole building collapses outwards, not burying you, but freeing you. And you realize, all of a sudden, you're standing on a beautiful beach. From the looks of it, somewhere on the western shores of the Empire. You see a small ship waiting at the end of a dock, and a beautiful female drow in colorful attire is looking at you, Dazzle, with a warm expression on her face, a smile, and she holds a hand out, and she says, "You have nothing to fear now. We will protect it, and we will protect you." And you become aware that you're holding something. All of a sudden, a small wrapped parcel, something wrapped in cloth.
I'd like to peek into it.
Unwrapping the cloth, you see a small gold trinket, a figurine, something like a child's toy. A head, arms, legs. Beyond that, nondescript in detail. If you'll only come with me.
Now?
I do believe this is time.
Can I see any of the rest of the party?
They're all here too.
Can they hear this conversation?
Oh yeah, you're right. You guys are all here for this.
We're here for you.
Are they coming with me?
I'm afraid not today. But there may be yet another day when you will see them again. For now, this is a step in your journey. If you'll only take my hand.
Are we sure we can trust her? If you're just
Nope.
gonna go off?
Screw that, we're coming with. You gonna say no to an old man who needs a guide?
Dazzle, what is your appeal?
Where do I have to go?
To our home, where it will be safe. Away from the hands of the Empire, away from those who might misuse its power.
I finally have something to be here for, though.
Well, the good thing that you've left your mark how you did, and the world is better for you having been in it.
That's not true.
For now, I would ask you, and it has to be your choice, to join me and sail west.
If I say no, is there a way I can contact you again?
Ah, that is the beauty of it, though. This right now won't happen for quite some time. So you have a while yet to think about it. And when you are ready, I will be here waiting. And the vision dissolves around you, seeping away to nothing. Shortly, it returns. And the setting is different. You find yourselves, all of you, waking up on cots. The air is cold and the oxygen is thin. You're somewhere in higher elevation. Gazing around you, you realize all of you are, as far as you can tell, children. Chirp. You immediately recognize where you are. You have not been back here in quite some time.
Everybody, this is the Order of the Unwavering Path. This is where I grew up.
Is that the real one?
Right.
Yeah, it's real.
Oh.
You hear the familiar bell that calls all of the students to awaken and begin their day. In from across the room, someone comes running at you. Another one of the children, also an Aarakocra, a peacock-colored, very colorful. You recognize him as growing up your best friend as a child, named Silas. He runs up and tugs on your sleeve. Come on, the headmaster's going to be really cross with us if we're late. We got to get in there.
Silas, we shouldn't go. We shouldn't be here, Silas.
Shouldn't go? What are you talking about?
Silas, listen to me. We have to get out of here. We should not be here.
Like,
This is not safe. This whole place isn't safe, Silas.
where would we go?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Listen to me.
I'm like 2 years old. What am I going to do out there?
We'll find something, but listen to me. If we don't go now, I know for a fact that you are never going to make it.
What are you... Did you like have a nightmare or something? I know we had that candy really late and it always gives you like the weird dreams, but no, look. Okay. Look, when I turned in the money for the week, I told the dean that you brought in a little bit more than you actually did. I gave him some of mine and said it was yours, just so you wouldn't show up again with like 5 gold for the week. But the headmaster's still gonna want to talk to you, so if we don't go to see him, he's gonna come to see us, man.
Listen, Silas, I come up short every week because I've been putting it away. I have some money. We can get out of here. We don't have to worry about the dean.
You've been
We know
taking
enough
money?
We're all taking money. All of this is taking money.
Well, we're not supposed to keep it. It belongs to the. It belongs
to the people we took it from. It doesn't belong to the monastery, and it doesn't belong to the dean. Why do we keep taking things and putting ourselves in trouble for him?
Because that's just. They take care of us. They clothe us and they feed us. And the monasteries, they've been,
that is the minimum. That is the minimum. Food and clothing is the minimum, and we can get that on our own with money. Listen to me. Things are going to go really bad here. This can't last forever. Someone is going to come for the dean, and someone is going to come for this whole place. And he is not going to take the fall for us.
Okay, if you wanna go, then I guess we can try and go. How do we go?
Everyone is going to morning services right now. We can sneak out. We can sneak out right before they even take roll call.
We'll help you get out.
Can help.
Yeah, we can absolutely help.
I've got friends with me. We can all get out. Silas, you can get out this time. I can make sure you get out this time.
I don't get that. What are you talking about?
Look,
I
this
don't know
time
what that
I'm gonna choose the right thing this time, okay? And Chirp grabs his medallion. He's like, this time I am making sure that I get out with you.
Okay, where do we go?
We just walk right out the front door. Everybody's going to be in the main hall. We just walk right out the front door. We pretend we just walk out calm as can be. All right, if anybody asks us where we're going, we're on an errand, okay? We just walk. No one's going to ask anything. They're all too afraid. They all want to get there on time.
We're not trying to sneak out or anything. We're not supposed to be leaving the monastery right now because it's morning service.
Listen, we'll cast Pass Without Trace, and we'll just walk right out, like they taught us.
I don't think I know that spell.
Oh shit, that's right. You don't know it yet. I know it. I know it, and I will make sure that we don't get caught. Okay, you just come with me and be as quiet as you can.
Okay, yeah, let's go. I mean, I guess lead the way.
Okay. So, I have done this before, and I know that we just go right down the main stairway, and we can hit right out the front as long as I don't stop for anything else. So we are going to head right down the main stairwell and straight towards the front door.
Beautiful. Now, are you casting Pass Without Trace?
I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace, yeah.
Okay, so everybody roll a stealth check for this and add 10 to it.
26.
I'm using
for my regular stealth.
Oh,
that makes
same.
it a 29.
So one. Another one. I'm re-rolling.
Okay, burned 2 rerolls. We still have 3 left, so you all are doing pretty good.
Okay.
A dirty 20.
And then Ella and Murray?
I'm gonna re-roll one more time.
That's fine, totally fine. That's why we have them.
And I'm gonna use a different dice.
We only have 2 left. Chat, help us.
18. That does include the plus 10.
Don't let us
Great.
fail in the backstory episode.
I got a 30. A dirty 30.
Oh my god. Child Bora is very, very
Bora
sneaky.
is 30, flirty, and thriving.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
Got a 13.
Chirp is at a 35.
Beautiful. Cool. Silas also rolled respectably. Great. So, great. Lead the way. Tell me where you're headed.
So from the cots, from the barracks, we since we're in the younger barracks, we are in the worst tower. So it is the tallest, coldest tower, and we are heading down the longest stairwell. Mm-hmm. And when we head down there, we'll be in the very back of the monastery, which means we need to walk the length of it through the main hall, and along the way past the shrine where the important objects are kept. And as we walk past there, we just walk right through the front door.
Beautiful. So yeah, I'd say with rolls like that, it would take a lot to see you guys. Let's see. let's see what gets seen. The two people who were a little bit noticeable on that last check that I just did were Silas and Murray. Were a little bit visible there. As you are proceeding right to the threshold of the front door, you're just getting out. You recognize one of the guards posted out front who spots your group leaving. Excuse me. I believe you're all supposed to be at service right now.
Yes, of course. We were going to head right there. We just needed to escort these visitors out before we headed to services.
Visitors? As far as I can tell, these are all Aztec's children. They look like they belong here to me.
What is the outfit that that person is wearing look like?
So I'd say it's roughly the same as. How about Chirp? You describe
Are they in
what this.
Aarakocra as well?
They are,
Oh,
yes.
Aarakocra.
So
Everyone here is in Aarakocra. Everybody's in like pretty. We're all in like pretty. We're in like neophyte robes. We're in like just the kind of standard scratchy, kind of burlappy looking robes. Guards would be in something a little lighter, probably kind of a little more silken looking with like a little bit of leather for protection.
I'd like to mask of many faces to look like one of the guards and come out from around the corner.
Okay. Roll me just because there's a whole to do about it. Roll me a deception check.
All right, that is 26. Fight me.
I also love how this implies the Aarakocra wouldn't recognize someone who's not one of the other guards just because,
26.
they look
That's
the same.
why.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I just like to
what do you
come out and
say?
go, I'm actually escorting them. They're with me.
Well, I'm gonna roll for this. Not sure why. You rolled 26. All right. Well, I didn't. I suppose that's fair enough. Just, I'll be noting this in your record that you were absent for a morning service. I'm sure Aztec will love to speak to you when you return.
I'm sure we'll have a lovely conversation when I do.
Go on. And so where do you head from here?
So from here, we're in the main hall. So we have to walk the length of it. It is pretty long. It's the main part. It's meant to be kind of imposing and kind of impressive, even though it's not. It's kind of bare and kind of threadbare and a little sad. But this is like the main area of the monastery, and so it's a very long but straight walk right to a big arched door. And like I said, midway through that walk is the room that has all of the important artifacts of the monastery. And Chirp kind of like grabs Silas's wrist, and he's like, "It's a straight walk. We just don't stop. We just don't stop."
Okay, yeah, just don't. Yeah, we'll just walk out. We can just walk out. We can leave. That's fine. Nothing's gonna happen if we do that.
Nothing's gonna happen. We
Okay.
don't need anything. We've got everything we need.
Okay. And you all just start beelining straight forward.
Yeah. I'll
Wonderful.
follow wherever Chirp's going.
Yeah, I'll just follow him.
Because I wanted to leave this up to fate, I did roll for it. As you proceed down to the end of the hallway, and you're approaching this great arch, and it's looking just like you are so close to freedom, so close to changing your destiny, changing the way this went last time. A form steps out leisurely in front of the archway.
No,
and faces
it didn't
you all.
happen this way. It didn't happen this way.
He approaches you. Well, look who we have here. It's looking to me like you're tardy for your morning service. Would you like to explain why, my dear?
We're sorry. I'm very sorry, Abbott. We were just on our way to services. We were going straight there. I promise. I promise we were.
Of course you were. Oh, that's right. I forgot. You wanted to be called Chirp now, was it? Well, it appears by the ledger we've been collecting that you, my little dear, have only brought in 10 coins this past week. Silas, right here, brought in 48, and even then I saw him giving you some of his out of pity. Do you know what we do with children who do not support and love the monastery, Chirp?
Yes, I do. And I also know what you do with children that do love and support the monastery. And that's why Silas is leaving with me this time. I have Silas and I have the amulet this time, and we're walking out the front door.
Or are you?
Chirp just leans back and gets ready to go.
Child Bora screams and runs forward
Yeah,
too.
same.
All right.
Beautiful.
Kid tackle.
Okay, great. I want everybody to roll initiative.
Okay.
We're going over for this episode, all y'all, but it's gonna be great.
22.
Beautiful.
13.
Bora,
8.
the full 8, and then Ella.
6.
Aw, that's my girl. Beautiful. And let's roll for the abbot.
Oh, I do have a question, Vince.
Mhm.
Since I am a child right now, do I have my amulet still?
Well, given that we are in a sort of heightened reality, I will say to the degree that you believe you are wearing your amulet still, you have it with you.
Okay, great.
Beautiful. Now, Chirp, it is your turn first.
Okay, so I'm going to go all at him. I'm going to start with talons. And I rolled a 25 to hit.
That will do it.
And that is going to be 6 slashing damage.
Beautiful.
Bonus action, flurry of blows. It's 22 to hit. Another 8 damage. And I will do a key point for a third attack. Flurry of blows. Ooh, and that's a 9.
That one will not hit.
So I jump at him. I swipe at him with actually my with my foot talons first. Come down across his face and his torso. And then I come back up at him with flurry of blows to the chest and the solar plexus. And then I go to swing at him a final time. And
Beautiful.
Miss, I guess.
You do deal a bunch of damage. You do get some good licks in there. With that final strike, he grabs you up, because now this is his turn next. He grabs you by the scruff of your uniform. He lifts you up and holds you just up to a nearby window that faces the cliffside down below. And you hear him say, "You know what we do to disobedient children." And he pulls out some shears and he says, "We cut their wings and see how well they fly." And he's going to try and go at your wings with the shears.
Oh, shit.
It's very dark. I apologize.
That is a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
And so he'll just do basic cutting damage. And he's okay. Well, it was 4 damage.
Okay.
But he's just working at trying to cut the literal feathers off of your wings.
No.
Next
No.
up,
No. Silas, run! Silas, get out of here!
let's see how Silas is doing right now.
Buddy.
Silas, well, because I'm rolling. Silas is frozen in fear, rooted to the spot as all this is going on. And next up is Murray with a 13.
Okay, well, I'll tell you exactly what Murray does. Murray bull tackles Silas to run him out the door for Chirp.
Ooh.
Yeah, get him. Get him out of here, Murray.
I've got him. This time you're out of here, kid.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I love that so much.
Yeah.
Are we fully our
We're kids.
actual children? I thought we just looked like children.
You're children, but I love the voice.
Okay.
Because in Murray's heart, he's still that old man. Maybe.
It's like Baby Herman from Roger Rabbit.
Great. So Gina, roll me an athletics check for that tackle there.
Okay, great. 21.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, you can uproot Silas and start speeding him out of the archway. And you are closing in on the threshold, but haven't quite passed it.
Okay.
That'll go to Dazzle.
Can I use my bonus action to dash?
You may dash. Yeah, you can get him clear past.
Thanks.
You can get him clear past that threshold. And as Silas crosses the threshold, you do see the whole room flicker and sort of glitch a little bit, and Astic leans over and drops Chirp and appears to weaken slightly.
I got him out. I got him out this time. I made the right choice this time.
And as he kneels down to the ground and the whole building begins to twitch and flicker and shift, he leans in close, still holding you by their uniform, and says, "But you know I'm still coming," and collapses. And everything goes black. You hear the sound of water crashing against the side of a ship. You find yourselves in the interior of a sailing vessel, a large ship, a cargo ship. It's listing, roughly side to side. Ella, you'd recognize this as the merchant ship you served on with your friends, the family of traders who took you in on their lines, with whom you had quite a number of voyages. You're all currently below decks as a group, but what would you like to do?
Where are we now?
I think it's my turn.
What do we do?
Well, I don't know, but
Are we in a future or a past?
I think, unless we're very, very lucky, I think we're in the past. We should probably go up on deck.
Do we need to get out of here?
I don't know. If this is when I think it is, we need to get ready for a couple of really bad things to happen.
Okay.
Let's go up on deck, I guess. I don't know.
Hand on hilt
Okay.
of sword.
Wonderful. You proceed up on deck. Sorry, Dazzle?
DM question. In between these, are our spell slots still like actively
yeah.
used as if they were continuous, or because we're in playing pretend? No.
I'll say each of you can roll a d20 right now. Anything above a 10 will recover a spell slot.
Oh my god.
A 12.
16.
I mean, technically there are rerolls.
Can I would love a spell slot.
You know what? You've earned it.
Okay. So I got an 18. Can I take a key point?
Yeah, go for it. You want another one there, Ella?
Ooh.
I rolled a 3 and then I rolled a 4.
Only 10 more of these rerolls.
Kaylee, I rolled an 18. I give you my spell slot.
Oh, that's
Because
very
magic
sweet.
doesn't exist.
Now, who needs it? What's a spell slot? Have mine!
Beautiful. So yes, you go up on deck, and there's no questioning it, Ella. This is definitely that merchant ship that became your home for quite some time. You see two faces, very familiar, but nonetheless long past, up on the ship. Waylon and Rulik Belfew, who own this ship and own this merchant line. They appear to be arguing. They see you approach, and Waylon walks over to you
Ella, look, I've told you, we'll discuss the commission when we're on dry land. All right? Once we've delivered this to the Drow King or whomever it is, I'll answer every question you have, but I can't until then. This all has to be very, very discreet. I know you don't like being kept outside, right? I understand, but for this right now, you just have to trust me.
What happened?
It all got kind of fuzzy. I trust you, but I'm not sure you should trust whoever you're speaking to. Don't you think that this weather is kind of out of nowhere?
Look, you and I had the same misgivings when we took on this job. All right, yeah, this thing that we're carrying just seems to drag misfortune along wherever it goes. But if we can get this to Isleway, right? If we can get it there, it'll set us up. This will be it. We can buy a fleet of ships with what we earn from this.
What if I told you that we can't make it to Isleway with this thing in our hold?
Chirp leans into Bora and he goes, I know for a fact that Ella doesn't have a fleet of ships, so this is probably not going to turn out well.
Chirp, what if you steal the thing?
We need to dump it. Give it back to the ocean.
What do you have me? Do
What
you know
think
who
the thing is? Can I get the thing?
Do you know who we took this job for?
No, you won't tell me.
You've got me there. However, what I can tell you, right? This is not just some cheap ferry of some tobacco or some salt pork, right? The commission we've been paid is massive. We're not going to just dump it in the ocean because the weather's gotten a bit rough.
If it was your life or this commission, what would you choose?
I think you and I both know that we know this route fairly well.
Not
we've
with this in
before.
our hold. Not with this in our hold. There's something else happening here.
Chirp starts backing away slowly towards the hold.
And you guys are able to see over the horizon, there is this massive storm brewing, the thickest clouds you ever saw, lightning forking down as the clouds move in, faster than clouds probably should. Look, we turn around now, the storm catches us. We plow into the storm catches us. Either way, we're going to have to probably sail well, as we're given to doing, and try and get through it. But look, you've been on these trips with us before. You're used to a storm. What's got you so riled up?
There's something different about this one. I feel something different about this one, and I don't think the ship is made to take the kind of damage that a storm like this will bring. But if we get rid of whatever it is we're taking across with us, we'll be okay. The ship will survive. We'll survive. We have to survive.
And how exactly do you propose we get right with the drow afterwards? How do you suppose we explain this to them?
We just tell them where it ended up.
Ella.
How close are Bora and I to the hold?
So meanwhile, in the hold, so it's just like one cargo space. So I'd say you can just like go down a couple flights, you're there.
Okay.
Great,
So
we're there.
What are you looking to do here?
We want to find whatever this
The
cargo
MacGuffin.
is. I look at Bora and I'm like, okay, it's a small ship, right?
Right.
We can't have much cargo.
Right.
You're strong. We'll find it and we'll throw it into the sea.
We'll just cut a hole in the bottom of the boat.
No, Bora, we don't cut a hole in the bottom of the boat.
Oh,
We've discussed that before.
right. We'll throw it in the sea.
We throw it in the sea. So
And
we're
I'll
looking.
start opening crates and anything.
Well, so one immediately does resonate with you, if only a bit. Down at the
Good enough
far
for
end,
me.
at the far end of the hole, there is a small chest. The chest itself is hopelessly deteriorated. It looks like it's been worn down through 10,000 years of being buried in soil and earth. still barely holding together, but rough. Does anyone
She
care to open
gently
it?
tries to open it.
No, we don't open the.
Inside, you see a small object gently wrapped in cloth.
It's gotta be it. And she just
Nope.
grabs it.
Great.
Thankfully, nothing horrible happens, but I
Yeah.
kind of wish it did. Do you wish to unwrap the object?
She just turns around to Chirp and she's like, I got it.
Great. Let's go.
Okay.
And they run upstairs with the object.
As soon the split second that Bora crosses the threshold into open air, shoo, just chucks it into the ocean.
Oh, the wrapping comes off of it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Fun. Okay, well, and I think I planned for everything. Great. So you effectively yeet.
Yeah.
And as the object flies through the air, the cloth does ripple off of it and float away.
Oh,
And
we got it!
you see this small gold figurine. Something that you recognize being the same thing Dazzle was holding in her trip.
I'm gonna
Whoa.
look around. Do I still?
Is she
have
still
mine?
holding it? Yeah.
You don't have it. It vanished the moment you left your vision. And it sails and careens into the sea and splashes. However, there is something else here with you.
Oh.
And it's hard to tell what. Let's quickly see if Waylon and Rulik saw this.
I mean, I'm
Okay.
definitely being very distracting arguing with them, so.
They rolled high enough, though. They saw something go in the water. What are you feckin' doing? What was that?
It was we had a little bit of, I ate it was rancid and I just threw it.
Yep. It
Well,
was
I know
gross.
what that bloody cloth is from.
Well, then why ask me what I threw, jackass?
I was hoping you'd be honest, you twit.
You lead with, that's a leading question is what they call that, and it's stupid. What you really want to know is why I threw it. You don't want to know what I threw, so ask me the question you want to ask me.
Well, I was actually asking the blue one because she threw it.
That's me.
Do you know how do you suspect I'm going to be able to refund them for what they told me was a priceless artifact?
Well, free is a version of priceless.
That's true. Free is a
As
version of
you're all,
priceless.
Ella, go ahead.
No, I just enjoyed Free's version of priceless.
I mean, you're not wrong. Rulik is on the other side of the ship going. He's the reasonable one.
You got me there.
What does the sky look like now that we've thrown this thing into the sea?
Oh, something's happening. So the clouds, you see, it's hard to tell, but you could have sworn as the lightning forked across the clouds, you saw a face emerge in the lightning as it drew the shape of eyes and a mouth in the clouds. And you see the very clouds themselves dip down upon the ship as the waves become treacherous and horrifying.
Uh-oh.
And the sea, the sea has these swells of 10 feet, of 20, 30 feet, and the ship is rocking back and forth. All of you now have to occupy stations at some point on the ship to attempt to prevent it capsizing. Choose your stations.
What are the options? I don't know, but
Chirp will
don't
get
either.
behind the wheel, don't worry.
Ella is welcome to help them out.
Oh, please.
How is it always boats? I always pick boats.
You always pick boats.
You got a lot of ship stuff going on.
I do. All right.
Hey, look, hey,
what?
no open flames on this one.
I
I've
gotta
learned.
check, is it flammable?
God.
So Chirp flies up, gets behind the helm, behind the wheel, and he's like, "So you just thought that throwing the thing would make it better? You didn't know. It just felt right.
Chirp, I need you to go up onto the rigging.
But I like the wheel. Fuck. It's because I have
Strong
wings.
enough.
It's because I have wings.
And, well, also that, but you're not strong enough to hold it. I'm gonna hold it. No, Bora, will you take the helm?
Yeah, whatever you need. Sorry for throwing the statue.
Well,
I was
it's
helping.
kind of my idea, so it's mostly my fault. I'm sorry. I really thought it was gonna help, but they wouldn't tell me what it was.
I want you to know I wasn't coming down on you. I was just making sure I understood the situation.
All right.
Matthew McConaughey, the anchor is
All
misguided.
right. Dazzle, Ella, Murray, where are you occupying yourselves?
Ella, I don't know how to do anything but convince people of things help.
Convince that person to help me take down the sail so we don't get tossed around like a little hanky.
Okay, I'll go boss around the rest of the boat
Yeah,
people.
boss around the crew to just tell them to prepare to not sink.
All
Okay.
right. In a striking mullet.
Standing order.
I'll take my
Dazzle,
place
this is
as head of the
bad.
boat.
Dazzle, this is bad magic. Can you do anything about the bad magic?
No.
Cool.
Cool, good.
Right,
I
so
understand
Murray,
you less and less the more I learn.
Do I recognize that face or at all? Like, just like,
So
don't
here's
have
the
any
thing
idea of what
is
it is?
the very event that this is depicting in your memory for you is just a little bit fuzzy. So this is where the line blurs of how much you're sure this happened or how much is the result of the trip. And it's hard to see where one ends and the other begins. However,
Shipwreck,
Rulik,
it really does scramble your brains. I don't really remember what happens.
it does. Rulik runs over to Murray and helps him undo the sails. Oh, looky there. Let me help you with this here. Here, undo that. Undo the knots. All right,
Good
there you go.
lad, you are so cheerful for someone who's about to drown.
Oh, I say a sunny disposition's never, it never hurts.
Gotta
Even though
have a sun when the storms are brewing.
the seas may toss us about, but you know what? If it gets us down, then really the oceans have won.
I
Chirp
hate
is
when
poking-
oceans win.
Chirp is poking at the rigging, going, I understand how to do a wheel, is the thing. Like a wheel I get.
It's like folding bed sheets. You just need to just furl the sails, sweetheart.
Furl
It's
the sail.
we want the wind to not catch the sails and break the mast off.
Right.
Is it like
Yeah,
a- is
the
it like a
hanky
folded bed
analogy.
sheet? Is it like
It's
like
like-
a fitted bed sheet?
Yeah, I can't do a fitted bed sheet. I can only do a regular bed sheet.
All right, so
It's-
Dazzle, what are you on?
I'm just bossing the crew around.
Manager.
Okay, great. All right, awesome. Everybody roll a d20 for their respective stations.
Flat.
What are we adding to that? Would that be like athletics
Just a
or something?
D20.
Oh, just a straight roll. Okay.
16.
17.
15.
9.
I think I should be able to use my very high charisma personally for bossing people around, but
If I could
You know
use
what?
athletics.
I'll permit Dazzle because I've been screwing with her this entire campaign. You can use mullet power, and you can you can add that to your roll.
great. Now it's a 21.
Okay.
I rolled a 17.
Great. And Bora, would you like to use a reroll?
Yeah.
Great.
How many do we have left?
3.
18.
Yay!
Wonderful. So yes, the ship does maintain just barely its bearing and its station. However, it's rocking terrifically from one side to the next.
That's not me. It's just doing it on its own.
And let's
Well, I
roll
mean, you're
for
at the wheel, so
storm.
it's probably a little bit you. I'm a little bit,
Kinda.
I don't know.
A fork of lightning comes down and strikes the deck, setting off what appears to be the beginnings of a fire and blasting everyone nearby.
That's impossible. Boats are surrounded by water.
Look,
The
I thought so
water's
too,
right
buddy.
There.
You and me, man.
And it's raining. So
And it's raining, so
it's
explain
called
that
science.
But, what can I tell you?
Science,
However,
Twitch, explain that.
the fire begins to spread, and the blast alone knocks Waylon off board, off the side, and he goes into the drink. The ship itself is listing terribly to one side as these winds pick up. I want one more d20 roll from everybody.
Can I use guidance?
Oh, you may!
I
Can
keep
I
forgetting
use-
I have that spell.
Is this still with
Yeah.
my charisma?
Very well.
Dirty 20.
I would like to use my action to tie a rope around my waist and dive in after the fallen overboard man.
Wow!
Yeah, you would.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, you go down in there, and you dive after Waylon. What did everyone else get?
Reroll!
I would love a re-roll on this one if we
All
had
right, go
one.
for it. We got one left.
Oh shit.
After your two rerolls, we got one left.
Wow, we already went through the 3 that we got in the last 30 minutes?
Yep, I counted those too.
Okay. Chirp got an 11.
Ella got a 21 with guidance.
Beautiful.
Bora got an 8, and I'm gonna stick with it.
Oh no.
19 to dive overboard.
Well, Murray, you do dive overboard. I'll tell you that happens.
Oh, well, thanks.
But the ship follows you. So,
What?
yes, as you're diving overboard...
Not that heavy, am I? Did no one tell me I could tip a boat?
It feels, honestly,
Are you
Murray,
wearing that armor underneath your cargo dress?
Murray, it feels a bit surreal because as you jump over the side of the boat, the deck of the boat, like, follows your jump over.
It's not me, not me, not me!
And the boat capsizes into the sea, knocking everyone underwater. And with the flashes of lightning still forking across the sky, the silhouettes of all of you are illuminated in this dark, murky, wine-colored drink. You see Wayland floating, struggling to get to the surface. Rulik, who is tied up in some rigging as the boat has capsized, and all of you just fighting to get back to the surface. You also see that same figurine floating perfectly still, just maintaining its position exactly, not affected by the water at all. And from the depths of the water, from the deepest, darkest recesses of the ocean, you see it again. That face and that big smile cracking up around it as you see this dark hand reaching toward the figurine. What do you all do?
So I can hold my breath for up to an hour.
Turtles.
Turtles.
So I'm just gonna go zoom as best I can to try and grab it before the whatever that entity is. I don't know if I have special swimming skills though, because I don't think I'm that kind of a person.
I'd say you can water zoom me over there, and so you're trying to grab the figurine and do what with it?
I'm gonna go swoop into the shell with it.
Just suck it in and just like hang out right there. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Okay.
come at me, bro.
By the way, thank you for the lovely donations. That added a total of, I believe, 5 more rerolls to the stock. So we're at a total of 6 right now. Good, we need them.
Don't let us die in a flashback. It's embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
Not like this.
So as soon as
so
Ella,
all of you see that happen. So what do you do?
As soon as Ella takes the statue and goes in, Bora's gonna swim over and sort of glomp onto the shell.
Yeah, Chirp does the same thing. He puts like his arms around too, his wings around.
And you can see there's a light emanating out from Bora, and she's gonna cast heroism on Ella, imbued with bravery until the spell ends. Creatures immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points. So plus 12 hit points.
Chirp's hug does nothing. He thought that we were just doing a symbolic thing to protect.
It works.
It's a beautiful gesture.
Chirp's hug is worthless.
Beautiful.
I appreciate it anyway.
And then Dazzle and Murray.
I'm just gonna be swimming towards them. I'll just try and get out there so we're all together.
I will. I am tethered to the boat.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna do. Don't worry, I'm not gonna spin it negatively. I'm gonna spin it in a positive. So, he's also swimming, and to add to the symbolic hug, we are now all tethered to the boat, which I am then pulling us back, like just slowly drifting us back away.
Wait, the
from...
sinking boat? We're tied to a sinking boat?
Yes.
So currently it's capsized,
It's capsized.
but it's not quite under the water yet. But
Okay.
it's certainly heading that way. Great. So yes, Dazzle, you're also able to get to this glomp pile right here, as all of you are slowly being dragged back to the boat by Murray's just incredible strength.
I'm a strong boy.
Does anybody see the rest of the crew?
All you see are the silhouettes of Wayland and Rulik. Rulik, who was tangled up in the rigging, and Wayland, who was thrown from the ship. However, you see that both of them seem to have been clawing at their clothes, at their throats, trying to get air, trying to swim up, but both now are perfectly still.
The answer is yes, I have seen them.
Underwater.
I haven't seen them in the last minute or so. So who knows what could have happened? Maybe good. And then Chirp looks over and he sees the silhouettes and he's like, "Yeah, it's probably good."
And so Ella, you can't see anything from inside the shell, can you?
Can I let go of them and try to swim over?
You certainly
to the bodies.
You could check on them, yeah.
I would like to go swim to the bodies and lay on hands, give them a second go to swim up.
Oh, that's fascinating.
I don't know how that works. I don't know if they're dead or just unconscious at the moment.
Drowning takes a while.
What's that?
Drowning technically does take a while.
It does take a minute. Brain death does not set quickly.
Put that on the pillow.
But also, boats can't catch on fire, and that happened.
That.
Prove
Okay,
me
so
wrong.
I want you to pick who you go to, Murray.
Real Sophie's choice.
Yeah, thanks. I'm not gonna say a name. Just whichever body is closest to me. I have no significance to them. So
that'd be Wayland. Wayland is technically closer to you.
Then I go for Wayland.
Saved on a technicality.
Yep.
Now I want you to also roll a medicine check.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Nope. Reroll. I'm going reroll. Just one. I'm gonna take one and see what happens. Jesus, why? It's a 6.
That's fine. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
you cannot tell whether or not it's too late to attempt this, but you do put some lay on hands into Waylon, and you see him just barely stir to consciousness slightly as he looks at you with fear-stricken eyes and appears to try to choke out a word, but of course is still underwater and is grabbing at you to try and almost get above you.
Can I just grip his, like, if he's trying to, use my body to propel himself up, I'm gonna let him.
We solve our problems by throwing them.
Yeah.
Roll athletics.
It worked real well the last time we did that, like a minute ago, for sure.
Ooh, 24.
Ooh.
Great. So I'd say, you toss him fairly close to the surface, but with the sheer tumult of the waves above, as he begins cresting the surface, you do lose sight of him. It's hard to say what happens next, but you can now retrieve your friends. And so do you pull everyone back toward the ship?
I keep.
Wonderful. As you do
Is
so,
the face still there?
The face has faded away back into the depths of the sea.
Okay.
And as you approach the ship, you do pass very close to Rulik's body. Again, you can see that he's tangled up in the very line that you all were working on as the ship capsized, and how he had frantically tried to cut away and undo the line before he succumbed to the sea. However, there do appear to be some, now that the ship's upside down, a hatch you could swim up to enter the part of the ship that still has air in it. Would you like to bring everyone inside?
Yeah.
Beautiful. And you do. You crest through the opening and arrive in air as everyone who has just been about to run out of breath. Like, I was going to give you 5 more seconds there.
Chirp was having full-on conversations underwater.
That's true. Chirp was just chatting away.
I was just... you know what I was doing is I was down into the shell.
We were in the
is what
shell.
I was doing. She was like, did you see anything? I was like, yeah, they're probably okay.
Stop breathing my shell air.
I'll buy that for $1. Great. So as you burst into the air and draw a breath, you land and you feel grass beneath your feet, your hands. You're still sopping wet, but you're no longer on a ship. You are really, hang on, I just want to say thank you for that donation of $20 specifically for DM rerolls.
We have come to the conclusion that DM rerolls have to be more expensive, and that is a single DM reroll. It was specified in chat earlier, but chat's trying to get spicy about it.
I'm cool with that.
Guess who make the rules, fam?
One
is-
DM reroll.
One
Thank you for
DM
that.
reroll, Ronan.
That's hysterical.
One.
I'll use that for the most nefarious of purposes. So yes, you land on soft, gentle grass, almost silken in its texture, very, very soft and pleasant. And looking around, you find yourselves in a glade with just lightly flowing grass, trees that grow straight, a beautiful tree line, even the sound of a babbling brook just beyond the trees. It's very pretty. It's daytime, and there's a gentle wind blowing in the air.
Bora takes a moment to sort of stand and let the wind through her hair as she sort of looks around, and she says, "Well, this can't be right. This is where my parents found me. It's a happy memory."
Oh, you were found?
"Yeah, right over here." And she points to the glade.
Well, this is a nice place.
And as Bora points, you all actually notice something. As Bora sort of points off, you all turn, and suddenly all of you, Bora included, you see something. You hear voices, conversation of some kind. You can't make out the words. And you turn around to see what appears to be a hooded female figure, only visible from the back. You can't see who this is. And she's handing a small bundle to this creature. I can only describe them as being almost woven from vine and thicket and thorn, who reaches over and takes the bundle. And now that this creature is taking the bundle away from her, you do see a little blue face inside the bundle.
You are a very cute baby.
"What happened to now?"
You're very cute now, but you're not a baby anymore.
"Oh, yeah."
Would any of you like to approach?
I'll go up.
What's Bora
Sure.
doing? I'm like, I want to let.
So as soon as Ella starts walking up, Bora turns over to her and says, "That's Thorn, remember? We've met him."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or them,
Here.
rather.
Look, why don't just you take my hand and we'll go say hello. How about that?
"Okay."
And I'm just gonna cast guidance on Bora just in case she needs it.
Never a bad idea.
And I'm gonna approach with holding her hand.
Beautiful. So as you approach, again, this woman, whoever she is standing with her back to you. She's about the height of a human or an elf, but you can't make out anything else. Do you speak to her, touch her, anything?
Bora will just come up close and say, "Excuse me, I believe that's me."
As you do so, the female figure turns toward you, revealing an entirely empty cloak, which when facing you crumples to just the clothing at your feet. And all of you hear a voice, a female voice that none of you recognize, but that just rings the tiniest bell in the recesses of Bora's mind, breeze through the glade. And the voice says,
Not yet, my love.
and Thorn, holding the baby Bora, approaches you all, cradling her, and says,
Such a precious child. She'll grow to do such great and such terrible things.
No, she got a promotion.
Yeah.
and
Does she
Thorn
earn that
points.
promotion?
Thorn points, and above the treetops, you see smoke rising. You see the licks of orange flame whipping into the sky.
Are you sure that wasn't Dazzle?
Look,
Do it this time.
look at what you have already done. Kelhani burns.
And Thorn melts away in ash and fire before you. And as a matter of fact, the flames and smoke you saw are in the direction that Bora knows Kelhani to be from here.
This didn't happen. My parents never mentioned a fire. That's where they live.
Well,
What do you all do?
Chirp flies up to check it out.
So flying up above the glade, you can get just the dimmest vision of a small town further beyond, not far from this place. And as a matter of fact, it does look like the town is being razed to the ground. There is conflict happening within. Homes and shops are burning, and there are, even as you can see now, bodies strewn in the streets.
What happened to the baby Bora?
It also burned away before your eyes, the ash flowing on the wind.
Bora, is your town like, I don't know, half a mile from here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not looking good. This is definitely your town. We should get there.
But I know that they find me here.
Well, maybe since you're not baby you and you've already been found, it won't mess anything up to go and check it out.
And I don't know how true to history my last one was either, Bora. I think if we don't really remember, then maybe different things can happen.
Yeah, none of this is going down according to canon, so maybe we should just check it out.
Yeah, I didn't kill my father.
Okay.
Yet.
Pretty close.
One day.
And then she'll start running towards home.
Okay, great.
I'll
We
join her, I
follow.
guess. Mm-hmm.
So you all proceed. It's not even a terribly long journey to Kilhani from the glade. You get there, and the flames lick higher all the way. The fire only worsens, and you begin to hear the screams of people in the streets. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, this is a gnome city, one of the last safe gnome cities in the world, safe from the prying eyes of the Khazaric Empire.
Gnomes!
That's right.
Yep.
And as you enter the city, the streets are littered with bodies. Houses and homesteads are aflame, and smoke chokes the air. What do you do?
I go straight home.
Great. So you run to the familiar location of where you grew up, where your parents live. And the house, like all the others, is on fire. The door is also aflame, but that appears to have weakened it.
Just full on charge.
Great. So you just linebacker right in there.
It's a sports term, but I think so.
You sports ball right in there. And you do see the place is in tatters. It's just a mess. The fire is creeping closer, and you see your mother and father huddled up against a wall, and standing just in front of them with their back to you is someone wearing the familiar armor of the Kosai.
I take a swing.
Great. So yeah, you swing with what do you have,
It's
hammer?
a giant two-handed hammer if I still have my
Warhammer.
equipment. But yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, roll an attack for me.
Okay.
Bora, you were approaching your parents after just smiting the Kosai agent who was attacking them, and you are reaching to help them to their feet?
We got to get them somewhere safe, and we're going to pull them out somehow.
Wonderful. So yes, you do
I'll
get
help.
them up. They follow you outside. Everyone else, what are you up to at present?
I'm right outside the house, and I'm kind of hovering because I'm looking for safe routes out as the fire is growing. So I'm gonna try to guide them from above, so they don't get caught.
Great. So you're trying to like funnel people out the safest ways you can.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Anyone else?
If there's any sort of open water sources within the town, a well or any of that sort of things
Totally,
near
yeah.
the family's house, I'd like to try and put out be
So you're
putting
just-
out some of the fires to sort of salvage.
Bucketing to try and get the fires
Yeah.
out. Beautiful.
I was running behind Bora, so I imagine I was like right there with her. And if anybody needs healing or anything like that, like I'm checking to see how hurt either they are or if we're running into other people as we're getting out.
Great. Yeah. So as you all go back out onto the street with your parents, you do hear, Bora, something behind you. You hear mother's voice just say, Bora. And turning around, you see her look down, and you see the ash tracing a pattern across her body, and she's trying to stamp it out. And looks to your father, who also has the pattern just working its way
No.
across his face.
This is wrong. This isn't happening.
Where were you?
I'm right here. I'm right here.
You could have done something! As the ash overtakes them, and you see the wind take them both, and they are gone.
It's
What if-
not, Bora, it's not real.
What if
Bora-
that's happening now? What if I'm not there and they needed me?
Look at all this. You hear a voice from just beyond the smoke. A silhouette steps through the flames, cutting down not gnomes, not the people who live here, but cutting down Kosai agents as she approaches you. And just as she crosses the fire, her face is now clear and visible. She's a small, young, half-elven woman wreathed in fire and blood. It drips from her hands, from her body, almost as if it's running from her. She has short, choppy black hair and a cold gaze. And she looks at you, Bora. She says, "You had your chance. You were their savior. They trusted you and you did nothing to stop this. You failed your people."
No, tell me what to do. I'll fix it. I can fix it.
Now is the time for better heroes. And she throws a javelin at you.
I don't resist.
I'm right next to her. I get right in front of her.
Oh! Wait, so how many of you pile in front here? Just
No,
Ella?
I'm gonna let Ella do it. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't. Can I deflect that? Am I able to deflect it?
If you can negate
technically
enough
a
of its
missile.
damage, then you could. Yes.
Okay.
So deflect missile is a damage negation thing. So you can either negate damage that it does to you, or if you negate all the damage of it, you deflect it entirely. And I believe you can like bounce it back to the person who sent it under certain circumstances as well.
Okay, I'm gonna try to deflect it.
And I'm going to do the thing where I jump in front and go,
Okay, great. So you're gonna try and reduce the damage, and Ella's gonna take whatever's left.
I like swoop down and I. Ooh, will a 21 do it, Vince?
Yeah. So what did you roll for that? I'm not clear on how the ability
so
works.
it's a reaction, deflect missiles,
Beautiful.
and so I just rolled. I rolled a +5 to that for whatever reason, on a d20. What? I'm not familiar with how this is gonna work.
You know
Your
what?
reaction should automatically hit what you should be rolling for, right? Doesn't your reaction take on?
I think
deflect
you're
missile?
rolling
You
the
just do-
damage
yeah.
that you negate.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have to
I'm not
look
sure
this
which
up.
die that is though.
Yeah. So the damage is yeah. Oh, it's a D. Yeah. Hold on. When you do so, the damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus 6.
Cool. So you'll roll a d10, add 6 to it. That's the damage you negate. I'm gonna roll the damage of the javelin now.
Okay.
there's no to hit. The armor is now.
For the sake of expediency, we'll just
23.
say, yeah. So we'll just say that he's rolling to see how much damage he can negate.
It's a 9.
Wow, you did negate all of the damage. So you can sort of like just reflect it out.
Yeah. I swoop down and I just kind of do like one of these, and it just pwing.
It does make that noise.
It makes like a pwing, and then I just hit the ground.
And this woman steps forward towards you all and seems to almost ignore you. And even as she walks towards you, she shifts you aside with her arms, and you just move. You just feel your feet skid to one side, and she lands in front of Bora. She points to Kalhani behind her, and she says, "You will still have your chance. Don't fuck it up."
Okay.
And the whole vision begins to dissolve. Bora, do you want to say anything to her?
Who are you?
I'll be seeing you very soon. And the vision collapses.
I am so done with vague threats today. I just, like, it's all... Has anybody else noticed it's a lot of vague threats of confrontation? I'm over it.
All of you awaken in the back room of the cafe. Startling awake, all laid out on various cushions and other similar finery. As you are coming to attention, as you are coming to awareness, you do actually hear one final voice that speaks to you as your vision is your consciousness is stirring, and it says, past, present, and portents. But none of these can hurt you, right? They couldn't possibly be real. After all, it was just a dream. And then you all awaken. You do hear a snort next to you as Philemon also jolts awake on the cushion next to you.
Hey, Tumnus, can you clarify, because we run into people sometimes that sound very similar to you. Did you just say something that was like vaguely spooky about dreams to us, or was it somebody else?
No, I think I would remember if I did that. After all of you passed out on your little debauchery trip, I just took a nap.
Okay, all right.
However, it does look like that was quite a trip.
How long were we out?
Oh, it's been about an hour.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Kaylin walks in from the front with a tray of tea and biscuits. Yeah, so...
Oh, is it tea time?
I'm starving.
Yeah, oh yeah, I found there was a pot whistling in your bag, so I just poured some tea.
Nice.
And you know, I'm sorry guys, everyone responds differently to, you know, the stuff, so I hope that wasn't like too rough for you.
Hey.
You were always
Hey.
blue, right?
Fuck you.
Whoa.
Yeah, Bora.
Oh, Bora.
Yeah, agreed.
I take it you
Fuck
guys
you.
don't want any to go, you don't want to take any like doggy bag.
Oh, no, I'll still take the s'mores. We should still have the s'mores. We paid for them.
S'mores sound pretty good now.
Actually, you didn't pay for any of this.
Then
Yeah.
I think
No.
you owe us for what
Sure
you
we
just
did.
done
I was
to
going
us.
to talk about the bill.
I don't think that'll
I'd
be
love to talk
necessary.
about not burning this place down.
You know what? Call it even. Rolls it up.
Yeah.
It sounded
Her,
like he
uh,
slurped up. He
yeah,
like
no,
rolled
yeah.
it into a joint and then like.
He
it's
licked it like a cigarette paper, and then he lit it up and smoked it.
It's fantasy smoking, so you also slurp it like a noodle.
Oh,
that's
by
what
the
you
way,
Speaking of,
yeah, Noodle is here.
Oh, okay.
And was gently snoozing on Murray's shoulders. And
He's
as
basically like a living mink stole, just like very fancy around.
the one very, very few precious moments where ferrets aren't moving. And yes, Roger and Cornbread are also here.
Rodney.
Rodney. Wow, I
Paige, what
did
have you
it.
done?
See, Dazzle's canonically bad with names.
And
it's
I
a thing.
named the fucker.
So
Great. Oh yeah, so your carriage is outside, by the way. I kind of just left it there. I don't know what to do with it. But yeah, y'all can get going if you want.
All right.
I think that'll be best.
So then where did we land on s'mores?
And on that, we'll actually end right there.
perfect.
I love that being the final line of the episode.
That's such a good button.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for another
Wow.
episode, and for staying late, everybody, and for hanging out with us, even though there was a little hiccup that was going down and back.
No.
Was there? I didn't notice.
I don't
Nothing
think there
happened.
was.
No, it probably didn't happen. It was probably just a bad trip.
A lot of great drama.
So much drama.
I
So
think we
much
should
shopping.
end with everybody's impersonation of the face that Gina got frozen in.
Yeah.
Oh
right?
my god, yes. Everybody please tweet us with your fan art or selfies doing that face.
Everyone-
We'll pick a winner and announce it next week.
Perfect. Love to see it. It was there long enough that y'all can remember well enough.
There's already clipped. It's a
Yeah.
full
Oh, yeah,
video of
people have
it.
been
Of course it
sending me
is.
screenshots.
Yeah, it was a
I
perfect
put a
moment.
screenshot.
They're
in the
sending
chat.
you screenshots?
Excellent. Well, let's all one more time go around the table, shall we?
Let's do the thing.
Yes,
Hi.
who's first? I don't know what the order
Hello.
is.
In order of the thing, it's me. Hi, I am Sage Ryan. I go by Not Sage here on the internet, and tonight I've been playing Dazzle, the Fallen Aasimar Warlock. And I stream on my own channel, and you also see me here on this channel a lot. Over to you, Sage.
Yay! I'm Xander Jeanneret, and I've been playing Bora. I'm everywhere on the internet at Xanderific with 2 R's and 1 F.
I'm Anthony Carboni. I was playing Chirp Burbington, the Aarakocra monk. And you can find me everywhere at A Carboni, except for Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Give it to me, Twitch. It's mine.
Perfect.
I've been Gina DeVivo playing Murray, the Tiefling Paladin, and you can find me on most of the internet as Pocket Gina.
And I'm Kaylee Bray. You can find me on the Twitchers at Hoppa Barbarian. And when I'm not here, I am on Twitch Tuesdays and Sundays on the Dice and Everything Nice channel doing some Princess RPG shenanigans with Sage.
Round of applause for our DM,
Hey!
Hi, I am Vince Casso. Have been and will continue to be. Hopefully, you can find me on the tweets and instas at Vince Casso, and very soon coming to Twitch. I mean, you can follow me now, but I'll be streaming soon at Vince Casso.
Whoa!
What?
Wow.
So very exciting. Go and follow the cast. We also have a Patreon. If you enjoy the content and you want to support and help us keep making it, that is an excellent way to do so and is so very appreciated. Thank you to everybody who's already supporting us on Patreon. Also, thank you to everybody who donated tonight to contribute to keeping and making the show and also adding to the chaos. It means so much to us and is so appreciated. It definitely, it adds the stakes. It adds for fun. And we have a lot of fun magical items. And don't forget, it's your fault I have a mullet.
And also, don't forget, DM rerolls aren't canon.
Yeah.
They totally, they roll over, though. 100% they roll over.
I think so.
You may
I
have the one because Alonzo had already donated it, but don't y'all be trying to make up donation tiers that aren't on the list in the future. I'll come for you.
Or two.
I'll take all the rerolls you can give me, y'all.
Absolutely
Bring 'em.
not. He doesn't get to decide that. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
We'll do a raid after this. I'll find somebody on the ending screen. I gotta let these kids go to bed.